Hi, Zizaran here. I'm going to level a Summon Raging Spirit character because I finally got a Tavukai and I figured I might as well do it as an impromptu like play with me and upload the entire vid to YouTube because a lot of people like the long raw leveling videos. So this will probably, I'll stop this in like Blood Aqueduct Act 9. But if you want to see how to level a Summon Raging Spirit Summoner, I figured we'll upload that. So I actually don't have a lot of stuff and I don't actually think I will bother using a Tabula. So a lot of people think Tabula is like the best thing for leveling. But I am going to use this for leveling. I might need to recolor. So I don't really have anything special. I have Wanderlust, I have a Corée Ward, I have a Siege Breaker that I'll use later. I don't know if I'll actually use this for leveling. We'll see. Do have a Tavukai, which is the most important thing for the build. And then I have a +1 fire spell skill gems, and I have a +1 fire spell. So that's like the number one things we're going to do. We have some Quicksilvers. I don't think I really need anything else than that. And just movement speed on a Darkness Enthroned should feel really good. So we'll just do it as a play with me, which is basically a series I do where I try to explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it. But other than that, kind of just a regular Twitch stream. But I also try to disable alerts just to make it nicer.
Just
and
like my
we'll listen to some
sisters.
music.
Upon the pyre.
80x leveling gear. I think it's like 2C. 2? I need level 4. I should have grabbed instead of freezing pulls the level out. I should have grabbed the mine. Stormblast mine. Did she just scream die? Fire Fury. I actually thought it said Fire Fury. But I'll be fine. I just need level 4. Do I need anything from Hailring? I don't think so. And alone, thank you for the 4 months. I'm just scared of this place. Without Stormblast mine. I do have Quicksilvers for higher level 2. Wait, do they not get enraged anymore at all? Are they just always angry? Maybe they do get enraged, they just don't have an effect anymore. Maybe they're just always angry. Maybe they got to read the 3.15 patch notes before we did. What's D2R? D2 Resurrected. I actually thought there'd be more stuff, but it's just still the same 2 acts. So I don't think I'm going to play a lot of D2R, but that's kind of good because I'm not really like prepared to play other games this early in a PoE League anyway. So that's actually kind of nice in a way. But they are releasing new classes. We'll be playing that later today after leveling the SRS character a bit. I'm a little bit worried. I usually play SRS with better gear. I usually prepare more. So I haven't honestly like played it with this little gear except from one league start a while ago. So we'll see how it works without a really good helmet. We will see how it works. I need to go grab movement abilities. So I think the people that had access before can play. And then there's going to be drops on my stream. Yeah, Avatar. Why is he going to do D2? It's the remastered one. I'm a big D2 fan. We'll play it for a little bit today. I don't know if I'll play it tomorrow even. I might just play it a little bit today and then stop.
Farewell.
Right, I actually have SRS ready with quality. I just want Frostblade.
Stay sharp out there.
What little help I can offer.
For my life class. I'm actually scared of things at the moment in Act 1. But yeah. Right, we're about to get level 4. And honestly, until I get Melee Splash and Infernal Legion, the build is a little bit Papega. Oh my god. But once we get, we can have Arcane Surge just for more mana. And then at level 6, I get another gem level. And gem levels is huge for this spell leveling. Absolutely huge. I'm going to put a portal here so we can go back and get the skill point later. And for most, any spell build, gem level is like the #1 thing you can get. You'll notice I'm putting always attack without moving as well, which you can access by clicking any of your skills. Okay, accessing any of your skills. Do you know what I should get? I should get the ZED ring. What's the level? Malachai's Artifice. Oh, I don't even know if I've kept any. That's actually really, really good to use while leveling and putting Orb of Storms or Storm Run in it. Gem level is like the #1 thing for this. You can't really get added damage as easily for like minions. 10 to 20? Yeah, I wonder.
Come on.
And then level 6 will be big, and level 8 for melee splash. We're getting very, very regular updates here in the start. You can see that the SRS are just meleeing things down at the moment. Then another level. They're doing a lot of damage. Alright, let me go see if I have one, because they are very nice. I just don't know if I do. There, I might not have kept one. Oh, I did! Good job, Path Zizaran!
Hello.
So I don't get a decoy totem. I honestly quite like decoy totem on this build. I have always attack without moving on everything. We can just probably get the skill point now. I could actually go... I could go on my Templar and buy a decoy totem. I'm pretty tempted to do that. Just for a little bit extra safety. Nobody likes dying while leveling. Alrighty, he does.
Come on.
So we're going down for the skill point. Yeah. We're not corpse rushing bosses? No. Not for now. I've done enough corpse rushing this league. Yeah, level 8 is huge, and getting to prison, because then I get melee splash and Infernal Legion. They are very, very big. I can do a quick explanation here of how EE works as well. So now that I'm EEing, you can see that I only have lightning damage on this. That gives like a soft glow around the boss, and that means that he starts taking more damage from fire and cold. So a very, very common fuck up. I've had quite a lot of people playing my SRS build, and they're like, Ziz, I have no damage, what am I doing wrong? And one person had a boot enchant with fire damage, and another person had their scepter had fire damage to spells. So be very, very quickly careful that you don't have fire damage when you're EEing.
Yes.
You don't want to do that. You will have no damage. I'm gonna go grab a decoy and stuff now, just because it's nice and huge. If you're playing hardcore, or maybe you're new to hardcore, decoy totem is your friend. You gotta remember your minions can't proc EE.
Goodbye.
Decoy. I get my melee splash here. I just level one down, and then there. I can just buy them on this, then I get them before I even get there. The only reason I care about that right now is goats are actually kind of scary.
Care.
Goats are actually kind of spooky right now, so I don't mind getting it, whoops. I don't mind getting it earlier, to be honest with you. I really don't mind.
We are blessed.
I'm kind of scared of goats. They're just, yeah. Am I my minions or are the minions me? Ooh, that's a great question. No. Melee special, Infernal Legion, decoy. Do I have... So I know I have the level 16 helmet. I just need one red. I don't really need melee splash with Infernal Legion, but I think it's quite nice. I think it's quite nice. Song's annoying. I'm gonna switch actually. We'll do something different for music, background music. Are you in the wrong scene? Not for a play with me. Figure I'd have less screen clutter. Have no alerts and stuff like that. Right, we got all the skill points. So sometimes I like going for Enduring Bond, but we can try going straight for minion instability as well. Should be really good for Brutus. Dark Raveler, thank you for the 2 months. Mad Cat, thank you for the 44 months. And we need level 8. For questions to Chris and stuff, I'll be doing all that on Sunday. Literally the entire Sunday. Yeah, now when you are using Malachi's Artifice, you gotta be a little bit careful of your other res. I don't have any right now. We're gonna fix that around level 10 or 12. We're gonna fix my resists. And I'm not using a gold rim. I don't really need one. It won't be an issue. There, so now we put on Infernal Legion, and then you can see just from Infernal Legion, you can see that our clear speed goes up massively. And then we can put in melee splash temporarily as well. There's not that many gems anymore, so this build was insanely strong, especially in the start before, because we would get minion damage early. Now we don't get minion damage, because it does nothing for our build.
Finally, come on.
I guess technically early it would still do something because the minions are attacking too. But for the minion explosion part, it does literally nothing. So I probably will use it super early, but it's kind of a dead gem now, sadly, for our end game. Then you have minion support for, your minion life support at level 18. And speed at level 18 as well. Isn't too bad. Oh, I wonder, are the D2 things... Well, I'll patch like an hour before.
I'd rather burn than call such a place home.
Moon Lords, dude. No idea, Kitas. Same as when you last said that. No idea. Let's see. We need that for my red gem. We'll put Decoy here. Decoy is just really, really good. Makes it pretty much impossible to die during leveling. There, and now we have minion instability, and we also have EE. So now whenever our summon rating spirits go to a low life, which is 50%, they die. And they do a big explosion. Oops, it is tough layout. BST isn't GMT, it's like GMT plus 1 or something. Belfast summertime. You can see like now we have a decent amount of damage, especially with the EE up. You can see that very, very quickly killing that dude. Hi, tight, tight.
Finally, come
Finally, mate. Oops. Never pre-order unless you're gonna play on launch. Yeah, I mean pre-order unless you're 100% sure you're gonna play it regardless is always a bad idea. Yeah, I guess I could move out of the way over the flasks. Just trying to like clutter things less. That's why I'm on the scene. Oh! It's so weird to drag on OBS. There. There. And this is like very, very fast build for leveling as well for a summoner. The biggest power spike is when we get our cruel lab and we get +2 gem levels for SRS then we have so many plus gem levels. And you're literally just one popping every single boss. But yeah, I think actually since we are using like the SRS is at this point hitting, we will do minion damage, I guess, early. Replace it when we can. We don't really have any, so it's like basically a dead gem right now. Basically a dead gem. RR, thank you for the 2 years, dude. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, man. Subs got €1 cheaper, yeah. There we go. And then just putting down a decoy makes everything pretty safe, and obviously when he's EE'd, he takes a large amount of damage. Wait, he says embrace? Is that new? I always thought he said let me brace you. Like brace for impact. Let's see. Yeah, we have like three ads every hour. 3-minute advance every hour. Right, we'll just take mini damage early while it's no other gems are usable. Actually, we can use combustion. Combustion would be better.
Yes?
We'll use combustion. That'll actually deal more damage.
Goodbye.
Let's see. And then we need to do Fairgraves. Brace for impact. It wouldn't make sense though. And they're ready to target farm the amulet? Nope, they removed that. You can no longer target farm this amulet. Why no gold rim? We're gonna use a new helmet at level 16, so I don't really need one. I don't really need one. I do need a better mana flask though. Can you target farm anything? No, very little. Can you target farm shabs? That's nice. Comes heart. It's hard to target farm. The next map could have a shot. No, Shavs is genuinely target farmable.
To be dining well.
Shavs is genuinely target farmable. You have very good div cards for that. And that's a good thing because it's very build enabling unique. And I like that Shavs is also droppable everywhere. I think I had a random drop Shavs. Right. Wait. They're higher up, right? Where'd they all? It can be there, I guess. Fairgross is to my left. No, it is here. I'm an idiot. See? Yikes. I've never run a map and said, what if this map had something super rare? Yeah, that's part of what I'm going to bring up with Chris. I think GGD needs to make more of their own div cards. That kind of target for me. No, I mean they don't make div cards. That's the entire point. They're all community made. Every single div card is made by supporters. And also, I don't think div cards is currently being done in a good way to begin with. So definitely don't want more. Every single one, even life armor. And then there's some GGD members that have been gifted, or probably bought their own, but. Every single one like that. GDD as a company haven't done any. Thank you, Rage Place, for the 4-year resub, dude. Thanks so much. Thank you, thank you. No sub alerts? Yeah, I'm just like, whenever I'm gonna upload the entire VOD to YouTube, I try to make it like slightly more clean. Ow. You don't need to kill that thing as well. Paying 1k for Lantador's Love? I think if you're gonna pick div cards to bully Lantador's Love is probably not the one. That was, if I remember correctly, that's a dude that made a div card to remember his fiance that lost the fight to cancer. So, I don't think that is one you really want to bully. Quite a lot of sad div card to remember people by. See, let me get mana flask and stuff. Actually, I don't know why I went back. You didn't know? It's all good. Same with Bisco. Bisco cards are super sad. Both of them, like, the flavor text will make you cry pretty fast when you realize it's about a guy that lost his dog. Very, very sad div cards. A lot of them. Yeah, he didn't know. It's all good. I'm just saying. Things like a lot of div cards aren't necessarily like supposed to be super chase items. There, Brother Stash, yeah. There's a lot of div cards. I think there's like 6 or 7 div cards made for just like
Be well.
remembering people.
Yes?
There.
Well,
Right, we're level 12. We're gonna grab. We don't need a helmet. We'll grab a chest. We'll grab. Oh, I need flame dash. I should grab clarity and stuff too. Just a random chest. I usually don't wear one since it slows me down, but since I'm not using a gold rim, I will wear one. We just throw in a random helmet too.
Hello.
I'm gonna be the lowest on
Yes?
cold.
Take
There.
care.
Now, here's a neat trick that not a lot of people are aware of. A lot of new players, especially on new characters, will very often like either like make their items blue or alch them, but there's actually a merit for keeping your items white unless you're gonna alch them and chaos them repeatedly. And that is that you can craft. So then you have a guaranteed resist. So now we're already 39.45. This one doesn't have an open suffix, but it's whatever. I'm too lazy. There. And then, boom, we're virtually res capped already. There, and we can go grab the life nodes here. Go grab, how did I not know this? We don't watch enough Titan Killer. We can also go grab
Hello.
clarity and vitality.
Be well.
You're a veteran and didn't know? Yeah, it's the useful tips. Did I grab the skill point? Yeah. Flame Dash isn't bad for EE. So this gets asked a lot, because obviously we do use Flame Dash in the build. And if I, for example, let's say I'm killing Merveil, right? If I Flame Dash through her and then start killing her, yes, she will be taking less damage. But if I Flame, let's say the chest is Merveil, right? Boom. Boom. I Flame Dash through her, she's now EE'd with fire and takes less fire damage. But if I then cast Orber Storms, she doesn't remember. They're only the last hit that matters. And the minions themselves don't trigger EE. So then it would be fine again. You share your passive tree real quick? Yeah, we went straight up to minion instability, then enduring bond. And then we're gonna go heart and soul next. There. Man, I'd like finally gotten used to using smoke mine and started using it, even though it was obviously better. It's just like, it's a lot of work to use smoke mine while leveling. I finally gotten used to it and enjoyed it. And then removed it. I'd finally activated my inner Tai Tai.
And not before.
It's still good. It's not worth the added strain on my hands. Yes, so since I'm using the ring, the flame dash isn't EEing. We're talking about actually having EE. With the ring, then only the Orber Storms can EE, no matter what I do. But in our endgame build, we're still using flame dash when we are using it. Very nice for leveling, though. Can't you put it on your left click? Smoke mine detonate? Then it's worse. It's worse on your left click. Just shorter. Also not worth it. So now you'll see some true damage. Actually really nice damage. The EE helps a lot. And this is all just like random ass items. Like there's nothing crazy here. The +1 fire carries so hard. Very, very good damage. Hello, YouTube friends. Nice. A lot of people like watching these longer videos on YouTube. There. Can we please get a timer? I do have one, it's just not activated. On a different screen. My OBS is such a mess.
There's still some life in this twitching corpse of the continent.
No, you can't really get a timer. No, I'm sorry. You're screwed. Thanks, Manovi.
I need more mana.
There, soon we'll use Skitterbots. Skitterbots is good damage for pretty much every build. It basically shocks your enemy, making them take more damage. So a lot of people are often confused why we use like Skitterbots on like Toxic Rain and stuff. No, I haven't marked. All of them. So for example, say you're EEing with fire, cold, and lightning damage, then you're just doing less damage. I wonder if it's 14 or 16 for the helmet I have with +1 minion.
I barely recognize myself.
Yeah, Skitterbots is very good. Skitterbots is Celatry? Celatry does nothing for this build. I should go get my helmet. I won't use this one. Summon Raging Spirits is this build. There, it is level 17. I'm gonna craft cold res on it. Yeah, I'll be playing hard mode. Almost not dead yet. November. There, we get some more life there. You could also take the fire damage nodes with cast speed if you're struggling on rest and stuff early. Cast speed isn't terrible for fire skills. Not a huge deal though. Especially at this point, Tabula would be really bad unless it's +2 because we don't have like any more support gems we really want to use.
The air stinks of thaumaturgy.
And the Infernal Legion does a surprising amount of damage early. Kinda nice. It burns! There. Also, for those that don't know, this always points as an arrow to the correct place. So now we know that it's here. You never have to go to like the other ones. Tablet is good for all builds until you get a replacement 16 chest. Well, that's the thing. So there's like a lot of players. I'm sure there's at least one person watching who has invested, maybe they're a new player and they really wanted an easy leveling experience and they've invested like 16 chaos or something or 10 chaos into Tabula, when they could have invested 4 chaos into other things that are better, like +1 gem level 1, +1 gem level shield, or a second one. For spellcaster builds, you have things like Barracks Grip, Barracks Pass, or Tassalio's Sign. It's like a cold damage ring. Like those are way, way, way more damage than a Tabula and way cheaper. Replicate Salio's Sign is even better, especially if you're using Skitterbots. And so like that's why a lot of the play with me's and stuff I've done, I've specifically not used the Tabula because it's like one of the worst leveling items compared to others. Prism Weave, Replica Prism Weave. A lot of these are like a lot more damage. And especially at the moment, Tabula gives you mana issues. Especially at the moment.
When I'm ready and not before.
New players have chaos to buy Tabula. Right, so yeah, I mean a lot of new players. A lot of people have started this league can scratch together 10C to buy a Tabula, but that's what I mean. They could use that tendency in other things and get a better experience. Pie is good for you. Thank you for the 10 months. And Muscle Man, thank you for Prime. Can you start at low 1 meters? I'll be taking questions and stuff on Sunday here. Sunday. I'll be making a spreadsheet that would keep public, and then we can have questions there. Explosive art. You know, I have a hoodie next to me. I have a Shopify Rebellion hoodie next to me. Thank you for it. I appreciate it. It looks nice. It looks nice. Those are very exclusive. Well, I appreciate it. I wish it had a zipper, but I appreciate it. I always like zipper hoodies. This is a nice pullover though. It's very nice. Did he reveal the other guest outside of Mathel? I don't know if Mathel's super keen. I think he's still on for doing it. I don't think he's pulled out, but it's just going to be me and Methel. Or just me. D2 remastered. Why would he pull out? A lot of streamers don't like doing dev podcasts, and a lot of streamers have gotten a large amount of hate regardless of what they've done on podcasts and stuff. Actually, I need to color this. I did invite Quinn, but he don't think he's super keen at the moment. One red, please. There, plus another minion level. So now we have a level 8 minion gem already. Oh, nice, Elysiana. Oops, wrong spot. You excited for the D2 beta? No, not really, because I thought it would be more acts. But I'm a little excited for playing new skills. Yeah, I mean, Quinn's sort of involved in some drama at the moment. Let's see. I need to kill Alira on this build. Now, do remember, if it's your league starter, helping Alira is always an okay choice, and you can always switch later. You can always switch later. So in D2, there will be drops enabled for the stream. I'm guessing that's so other people can get access to. So you can get D2R by watching my stream.
You missed a valuable lesson, sister. Never let the
Why help Alira? So Alira gives you resist, which is really good to prevent you from dying at a league start.
when I'm ready and not before.
Because you don't want to die and lose your character. Wow, Grog. I think it's just paid access. I mean, yeah, it's obviously just paid access because they're selling it for a lot. It is expensive. There, we can go hand in this. Okay, we got skill point. There. What do I normally do? I mean, I go down here for Great Pact. I can't remember what I normally do. Sometimes go over here. I mean, these are nice. They're kind of meh while leveling. I haven't played this in so long. I don't need to go down. I mean, these are definitely nice. And I can go more life too, and I'll have enough damage anyway. Yeah, I got a Tabakai. Muzzleman, thank you for the prime, and Tucked Away, thank you for the 10 months, dude. Thank you. Hey, Cleffy, how are you doing? So now we're gonna go kill Oak, then we're getting another 2 skill points. Hopefully he doesn't heal. He's healing. One of the biggest things for this build is when we get Unleash. That is absolutely huge, just because you get a lot more like ability to move around and you get more SRSs down. It's virtually just as good as Spell Echo, slightly worse, but unless you get really high seal frequency, then it's like better Spell Echo. Are you far to the right? Oh, you're right. It is. It's actually off screen. Surely you can't be serious? Huh.
There you will.
See, what other? Oh, I usually take these. I should have taken those. They're actually really nice. They're really nice. I should have taken those. Any difference in this to the previous one you did? Nope. None at all. This will just be worse. It'll be harder to get a really good helmet. I don't have an Awaken Orb. It's down here. No, it is up. I'm just bad. I am bad and should feel bad.
When I'm ready and not
I even
before.
saw the webs. I don't know why I turned around. This guy. Why play D2? No, Blizzard is evil. Yes, everyone that has any affiliation with Blizzard should be executed because they are basically Hitler. There are loads of good people there as well. Not everyone is banned. And also, D2 Remastered is made by Vicarious Visions. They're made by Vicarious Visions. Which is not just Blizzard. I do not have... Oh, I do. Sure. It's Vicarious Visions for now. I'm excited for D2 anyway. Can this build go to endgame? This build can do everything in the game. Yeah, but I don't really care, Chronex, so I'd rather leave it. There. Would you make a Vortex build? No. Carve and Shaq play Vortex a lot though. They've done like Awakener and everything with that. Let us grab a Skitterbots. Well, I think for the 55 months, dude.
A beast hunts.
Like, Victorious Visions is very known for doing good remakes as well. Not done a bad one so far. Yeah, I use Blight as a main damage skill when I play SRS. Let's see, what do we get here? We got Minion Life, Conk Effect. We can ditch Combustion. We could actually put that on Flame Dash, to be honest. We could do that. We could do Conk as well. Or actually, Ellie Focus might be the best. Now we actually do have a benefit of a tabula, but like +1 is fine, so we're just gonna keep using that. There. Like, some people like Infernal Legion on skitter belts. I don't. Feels kind of pointless. Feels kind of pointless. Let's see, we can level other gems so we have them later. Conch and minion life. Don't think I need anything else. I don't know how much currency it is to build. There's probably not that many people playing it. Shouldn't be too expensive. For the feared and stuff, you kind of want an Awakener helmet. Skitterbelt works for everything, yeah. Oh, before we leave, let's buy level 18 flask.
Yes?
Oops. There, see if we can get... Actually, we'll just use the white. There. We take this first before we take other damage nodes. They're actually really good because the AoE and stuff too on Infernal Legion. There. We're moving on. We got all the skill points so far. Damage is good. We're about to gain more damage too. After that we can grow some more life. Unleash is like when this build really shines.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Oh yeah, we should really put on the bees MTX. That is also one of the best things about the build. You actually have burning bees. I do really wish that you could do anime weapon, especially old anime weapon for burning bees. That would have been the best. You're not locked in place with Unleash. Very fast cast time. You see now they're like taking care of everything. A little bit annoying mana. But that's fine.
Land learns to heed my demands.
I don't have a replica siege breaker. There. Yeah, I should go D&D. Not really answering questions like that right now. Sorry, Dean. There. Then we should be a good level for killing Valor Soul. Whoops. It's a dead end. See, everything is like super fast dying now. Even just the Infernal Legion's doing really, really good damage. We don't even have like the increased AoE and stuff. This is really good damage. Boom. One more level, we get even more. What links do you want on game? I actually have a build guide for this on YouTube.
How
Check that out.
fascinating.
Answers all your questions. There. Really strong build for like all points. The only time this build gets kind of rough and why I don't recommend it for SSF is if you don't have a Tavikai. I don't have a really good helmet and I don't have horror essences, so gonna be interesting. I really do want to try to get a Giga Chad helmet, because if we get a really, really good helmet, obviously almost impossible for me on SSF, you can knock this up to like 10 to 15, maybe 16 mil DPS. It's a very tanky build. There, then we get even more AoE. Bigger surface area for the burn. Once you get Tabaka, you drop the Infernal Legion as well. And you actually don't have that good clear unless you're able to get good clear on the Spectres for this. I don't know if I will use Spectres. I probably will in the start, but I'm worried they're not going to have enough damage. And I don't have the fucking Cluster Jewel. So I am going to try to farm for that. I have some of the div cards for it already. The, what is it called? Blue Unique Jewel gives your Spectre Undying... It's called Undying something? Unending? Unending something? Unending Horror. Unending Horror. I have 2 or 3 div cards. It's very, very good for it. I haven't tried Spectres on this after the nerf, so we'll see. Worst case scenario, I have terrible clear and just a good boss killer. And it's still like a better clear than like Herald of Agony, right? But with just SRS and Necromancer Heart, you don't have the best clear. But it's still very playable. I have done it with that too. It basically looks like slightly worse than this. and it's particularly weak against Legion. It's kind of good against Legion emblems, but it's pretty bad against Legion like three ways, or sorry, like in maps, because the minion AI just isn't that good. Instead of like the SRS like splitting out and doing like one boom each, they're like 4 or 5 in the same location, and that ends up with like pretty bad clear, to be honest. So it's obviously not just like the best build overall, but it is like a very, very strong build for doing everything. And the minions, when they are strong, they help a lot with that. I don't know if maybe there's some new minions, Spectres, that are really strong in this league. So Syndicate Operatives are very, very strong, but not so much for this build because we can't really use Conversion. And Syndicate Operatives, while being Fizz, isn't that strong. So doing something that you can EE for with either Fire, Cold, or Lightning EE, obviously not Fire, is very, very good. Helps a lot. I'm enjoying the build with Spectres. That's awesome. Yeah, I'd rather be on the cautious side.
Come on.
I can't promise that. The Spectres are amazing, but I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's good. Reaper can't be used with this build. Reaper is the worst suggestion. No, like it's a 80% damage reduction. You could do Solar Guards with Combustion. Unleash is better. Unleash is better. In pretty much every way. The only time Spell Echo is better is for just pure single target where you're literally standing still and never moving. Yeah, fuck it, let's get these. The Unleash is way better. Like, realistically better. It's not better on paper, but paper doesn't matter in Path of Exile. There. So the biggest thing that you want on the Tavakai is as close to minus 17 Chaos Rust as possible. And then other than that, you want high max life and damage. Max life is better because everything is scaled from your life. Like the entire build is based on the more life you can get. Best thing you could do for damage on this build is actually that shitty Perandus. Like the Timeless Drill. The Perandus Timeless Drill is actually the best one. I've only seen 3, and I've looked at a couple of hundred, maybe 1,000. I've only seen 3 that are crazy. But since you can get both minion life and minion damage, and they're 80 per node, so if you get them in like good spots, like here, the best I've seen, there was one that had 80 minion life or damage here, 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 and here and here. So it was like 360 or something. And I've seen one that had crazy here. It's so rare, so many divines, you're very rarely gonna get one. But for really min-maxing, if you use a couple of thousand of divines, you probably could get one. No, you need to talk to Clarissa there. I'm pretty sure still. Like, whenever I did the Timeless Jewel auctions, we did have a crazy Summon Rating Spirits one, and it sold for like 110x. But very rare. I've never had a good one myself. Yeah, I have this build on YouTube. Summon Rating Spirits, Minion Instability, Zizaran, updated for this league.
Oi!
Oi!
Over here.
I need to go pee soon, but I don't want to stop playing. First 100 on SSF Hardcore died just now. No, not first 100. But it always says rank 1 when somebody dies at level 100. Who was it that died? You excited for D2? I thought it was going to be more acts, but it's only 2 acts still, so not that excited, but a little excited. Spell damage does nothing for this build.
When you build something like this, you make persecution a way of life.
True. I wonder if Heidi is still down there. Spectral shit show glad. Right. Is it a sponsored stream? It is not. I am doing a sponsored stream soon. Can't remember what day. Miro knows what day. Here. Yeah, on Sunday there's still.
My work
I'll probably do
in
some tomorrow too.
Let's see if Rayclast has been good to you, Witch.
I remember what the game is called. Elion or something? Elios? Elior? Some MMO. I'm mostly sponsored by chat. And my YouTube viewers. Elion, that's it.
Enough of this.
Doo-ba-doo. What game is that? Some MMO that looks playable.
Survive.
Be well. Be well.
Don't do anything.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Be careful.
There. Neither of those. Sunday red others. There, even more damage. Absolution could potentially be your lightning nose from EE, but Absolution is another minion, right? It's not a spell, so you can't EE with it. Unless I had it in my one link ring, but that doesn't sound nice. I haven't looked enough into Absolution yet. I don't know how it scales even. How's my resists? Basically capped-esque. Some more life in the resist thing soon. Don't know if I even need the resist thing. SRS leveled up. That is nice. EE with the hit you do? Right. Yeah, I might look into it. Right now, just gonna keep it like this for now. We'll look into it later. Looks lightning EE. Cool. Kill the enemies to some of the minions. Right. Cool. Looks kind of satisfying. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it will be good, but I'm getting like 5,000 to play for 2 hours, and I don't have to say it's good if I don't like it, so seems like a good deal to me. That seems pretty poggers. Lightning Golem's level 38, and I want to have control over what it is. So you are from Norway? Yeah, I think so. You'd only really be able to use Malachite's EE. You won't be able to EE yourself? Yeah. You're allowed to say how much you get. I'm generally pretty honest with my viewers on most things. I'm pretty public about everything I can be. I generally let you guys choose what sponsorships I do and don't do as well. I always try to run most sponsorships by stream. I run most sponsorships by stream. When is Raid Shadow Legends? No interest in doing it, and they generally don't let you say what you want. Also very predatory. I have no interest in. They offered like 5k an hour, but no interest. Garbage game that nobody should play. Tor Anders. Yes. This is like so fast. So nice, but it's not enough like damage to take. I'll just go grab more life. Has becoming a parent made you see taking sponsorship any differently? No. Not really. Not really. I mean, definitely slightly more pressure to make money, but I mean, I've always wanted to make money. I've always thought money was nice. No, snowsberries.
Don't do anything I would.
Here, we'll put flammability on. I have too much damage almost. There. Every problem can be fixed with the right amount of money and the right attitude. Real.
When I'm ready and not before.
Money's overrated. It's not. Nothing is worse than anxiety from paying bills and stuff. I feel like generally most people I know that says money is overrated has enough money.
Right, housework.
Try being out of it. It's not fun. What's up, Cornelius? There's no ad at the moment. Right, we're gonna continue here, and as you can see, like, build is very, very smooth at this point. And again, like, when we go over the gear we're using, we have like nothing like insane, nothing rare. We're using a Malachite's Artifice, it's like 1C. The jewels are just movement speed, they don't really do damage. You can get, if you want more damage, you can get jewels that are like minion damage if you've summoned recently. Other than that, Wanderlust, +1 fire. This is like where most of our damage is coming from, and the helmet with +1. I think it's level 60 for +2.
Again, local.
Yep, I agree, Grab says. Yeah, same key. Yeah, I'm very excited for Lost Ark. I've been looking forward to it for a while now.
Goodbye. We'll talk again soon.
There. Do you seriously pronounce my name correctly? That's the first on Twitch. Most people just glance. Isn't Lost Ark pay to win? I mean, it has some like elements like that, yeah. I'm very careful about not calling it pay to win because the Lost Ark fans get very irate. Very irate.
I need more mana.
I think some people criticize you for saying it's pay to win. Yeah, some people criticize me for being right. People have different definitions. There's like a large amount of people that only consider something pay to win if you can't achieve it by grinding. So even if you would have to... it doesn't have like terribly predatory pay to win. We don't actually know fully what's coming. I'm avoiding calling it pay to win. Like I would call Path of Exile pay to win, for example.
Wasn't very nice.
It's like slightly more pay to win than PoE, but not very. Look at a 6 socket to level 29. Life is very pay to win. They're very low on the scale anyway, so I'm gonna formulate it better. And again, we're waiting for more info on what they're bringing over anyway. We will see. We will see. But there are things that you'll be able to do that'll save you time for money. You can call it what you want. But there will be things where you can save time for money. Factually correct. At least nobody can say that as misinformation.
When I'm ready, and not before.
And you can start 3 days earlier for money. Or 2 days? 2 or 3 days earlier. Time for money equals pay to win in any game. I agree. A lot of people don't. Not the bees! Kill Piety and then I'll go pee. Peeing for Piety.
You need a master nightmare.
Does saving time give you an advantage over other players? It does. 70 years from now, you're lying dead in the ground. Time is our most precious resource. But yeah, I am very, very excited for Lost Ark. I'm probably gonna go very hard on it. Is this gonna be a multiplayer D2R test? Yes, it is in fact multiplayer D2R. Oh, but it is only the first 2 acts. It is only the first 2 acts. So here in Lunar's Temple, like moving after the titty bitches, quote unquote, start firing, that's like the best way to avoid them. Or like blinking past them. If you like backtrack, you can get killed easily. You gonna play Steel? See, Steel isn't allowed to play Lost Ark. He's not cool enough. Lost Ark, they hate all Australians and New Zealandians. You're just not allowed.
I like it better this way.
Thanks, Roddy. D2 coming out today? No, it comes out in September. Full release. Betas today. Are you gonna play? Yeah, first SRS build this thing. You might play some D2R. Yeah, I'm gonna probably do like 1, maybe 2 characters since it's just 2 acts.
Of all the worlds
Druid
of
and Paladins coming out today.
such power wasted on a feeble
Look at this
imagination.
damage.
I'll mourn your passing, sister.
Look at that damage. Look at it. I will have drops enabled. I am a Sork main usually.
Bye.
I've been invited to push for World First 99 with Llama,
See you.
but I would have to play on software.
Tread carefully.
I don't know if I want to do that. I might. I'd also have to play Paladin. Honestly, I don't think I'm good enough to get World First Hardcore 99. I'd probably die. Yeah, Vash. They're a little bit low in res. Can craft higher though. I mean, I might have a ring lying around we can use. That's lightning. I mean, I could use that. We could just get new gloves. We could just get new gloves. Let's do that.
Stay out of the shadows.
Gotta get some actual gloves with some resists. It's gonna be res cap. Cold, higher cold. Excellent, more lightning. Oh. There, we'll use decoy once I get a level up, I guess. Demolition Merkin. Sure there'll be a ladder. We'll figure something out. If not, we'll do a community ladder of some sort. Here, we can craft higher cold rest here now. There, then we're good. We are rest cap. I'm gonna go pee, enjoy some advertisements of random sorts while I'm gone. Here. You're back. That's good. I'll be right back. Full fat Coke, brave. I get like generally like headaches from most sugar substitutes, probably because I don't drink enough water, to be honest. Alright, let's continue. Also, for ascending, I usually do that in Crystal Veins. So I haven't played quite a long time. What do you suggest? Prefer spells or wonder? Spectral Shield Throw is like a really, really good starter. Kind of similar to a wonder playstyle, or not too different. Really nice pops and stuff. For spells, I mean, Forbidden Rite is insane. Would you say SRS is the best buster this league? It's insane as a buster once you get a good enough helmet. You can get some really good shit for it. Any one of the strongest characters. It was the strongest thing I played last league. Forbidden Rite's probably the best buster this league for cheap. does not have the same amount of defense, so you need good positioning, but I mean, it has insane damage. Insane. I do. It's on YouTube implant. Hawk Forbidden Right? Yeah. Look at that. Forbidden Right totems? Yeah. Winter Orbs are really strong too. In a few different ways. People are doing it self-cast, on totems. Totems didn't seem that great without like investing those into it. Yeah, I want to. I just need a United in Dream. So, this area is particularly scary if you don't have a lot of cold res. You get frozen and killed here very easily. You can also use Wanderlust like I'm using to be immune to freezing. Freezing is like one of the scariest things. Like getting frozen right now is just death if we don't have a good way to mitigate it. Very, very scary. This build handles things like proxy shields really nice too, as you can see. Very, very smooth build to play, especially during leveling. Honestly, I feel like this is the smoothest summon character I've done. You could also do Spectres by leveling. I don't think I'm gonna bother just because SRS is so fucking strong. Like, you don't really need anything else. You can do zombies too for some sort of meat shield. Like, incredibly strong build. So at the moment, our links are melee splash, summon raiding spirits, elemental focus. I should probably switch to 4 blue and grab minion life instead of melee splash. There's no reason for splash anymore at all. I'd rather have minion life. Combustion isn't bad either. We should switch for sure. 100% should switch. Actually, it could be down there. Monsters, mate! The monsters about! Wait, are all the new NPCs British? Are the cowgirl British? The cowgirls? No, I don't want that. Monsters, mate! Well, Gwennon and Rog is British. Mate. Anything else? Oh, we can do Kong. I kind of prefer Kong. I have enough AoE, I think. Pseudo Nordic? Yeah, they sound so Nordic, dude. They definitely sound very, very Norwegian. I really don't like taking sacrifice early. Actually, it probably should be okay right now since it's 50%. Chewiness? Okay, they're mostly British, mate. I wonder how their teeth are. Oh, 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 oh. Alright, let's see. Go. Wednesday, Yabo. I'm funny. You having a laugh, mate? Divvy. Splendid. They tried to colonize Ray class? Oh, I don't have decoy, that's annoying. Having a giggle, mate. Oh, I don't have instant life blast. That is much unfortunate. Yeah, as you can see, our damage is very, very nice now. Very nice!
Have you ever seen the true face of God, Exile? Die!
I guess that makes you God, so I guess I have seen God. You're kind of blue. You're a bit Smurf-like. I had blue here. Kind of similar. There, easy peasy.
This is an illusion, Exile.
Easy peasy. Who do you fight for? Exile. No idea. I'm not really Can't really help with crafting stuff right now. It's a blue mask? No, his face is blue. You can even see his face. Look, you can see, isn't that his face still? That can't just be a mask. Isn't that his entire head? Like, running around like this makes you, like, kinda safe. Smoke mine would have made you safe, too.
No one will cry for you, Dominus.
Now, listen up. Here's the story about Dominus. Do you know he was too scared of the monsters in the temple? So he actually, like, he uses a pulley up the side of the tower with piety. He never actually walks up the temple of God. He's too scared of the monsters in there. Low level bitch. We went through there no problem. He just doesn't know about cold resist. He just doesn't know. He's unaware.
Finally! Come on!
Finally, mate.
When I'm ready.
Right, so Dominus, easy peasy. We're just gonna keep moving through. Very, very breezy build. Very breezy build. We'll just like zoom through to Act 9. And again, this is a build I have like guides on and stuff. Very, very nice build to play. Would not super recommend for Soul Salfon. It isn't bad, but you don't have a way of guaranteeing Tavukai, and the build really pops off with a Tavukai. You can't farm it anymore. I have lightning. Buttery smooth. Buttery smooth. Dude, so many people watched the summary I had of the Chris interview. Crazy. Crazy amount of views. I have a video on that to them. Very good, Darktail. Excited for TI? A little bit. Not very. Yeah, I don't need this anymore. We have no reason to use it. I'm high for hard mode, yeah.
How do I keep ending up in such lovely places?
Yeah, I played much, don't I? Don't ask for a TLDR, but customer did, so of course send them your way. Oh, nice, thank you. Yeah, that was a long, long podcast. 3 hours. I feel bad for Chris. That's like getting interrogated. Yeah, man. Are you gonna be streaming TI? Yeah, I'm actually a Dota professional when I'm not playing PoE. I'm in, fuck, I can't even remember what teams are playing this one. God damn it. That would have been a better meme if I remembered teams.
Friends now.
I'm in Team Secret. He's offlane. I'm Windrunner for OG, that's it. I play a decent amount of Dota. I haven't played for like 2 PoE leagues. I usually play with Side TV or Noogie. Oh, toasted. I like playing with both of them. Playing with Noogie's hilarious though. I really need a Noogie on board. Because with Noogie, it's just like, that's so lucky! That's so unlucky! It's amazing. It's an experience. Everybody should get to play Dota with Noogie. There we go.
Thaumaturgy just keeps getting the better of
We're level 32, so we're good on levels. What's my favorite hero? I really like trying a lot of different things, you know? I don't really get stuck on one hero. I'd say very, very diverse playstyle. I just like a lot of like different things, you know? I wouldn't say I have like one hero that I play more than anything else. I think my last 600 games are Windrunner. When it doesn't get banned. Yeah, of course I have the Arcana. Bought that shit instantly.
Ooh, look at
Position 3. But I mean, I can play it at 1, 2, 3. And 4, but I hate 4. I never play 5.
Mountain. Pleased to see you too.
There. Right, we are about to ascend. We don't actually get a large amount of power from that. What we're going to do is we're going to have Cast Witness taking Boner Offering. And that will give us some block. You could use Flesh Offering on softcore, but I mean, as you see, it's not like we struggle on damage, right? We have insane amounts of damage. We should get an instant life flask, especially before ascending. Normally would have one on hardcore by now, and obviously we have a large amount of life already, so it's a very well-rounded build. Insane amount of damage, insane amount of tank. Very, very strong build through all the points. The only time where it starts dropping off is if you don't have a Tavikai. But it's still good. But I wouldn't go into tier 16s with no Tavikai. There, and then we go around life nodes. We have too much damage. And this build technically got a buff. Lastly, with low life being 50%. And there are... So for a truly endgame helmet, there's a couple of things you can use. You can use the fossils that I no longer remember the name of. Glyphic, I believe. I think there are fossils called Glyphic. And to try to get a really, really ultra good helmet. Because now there's actually 2 really good things you can hit. You can hit Glyphic for the low life. That works now. They've enabled that. And you can hit Glyphic for the horror, which is 30% more damage. So you can basically, and they're stronger now since gems got nerfed, right? Because they're still at 30%, even though support gems got nerfed. So Glyphic Fossil, is it Insanity? No, Hysteria, I think. I can't remember. One of them is like, I don't know what helmet is low life essence, but horror at least. I can't remember. And then whatever the low life essence is. Yeah, but okay.
When I'm ready and not
Very, very good. So you can get some insane helmets. Insane? Yeah, so I did some testing and low life didn't work, and I was like, is this not supposed to work? And they're like, no, it is. Thank you for noticing. And they fixed it. I haven't checked if it works now, but like they said they fixed it. Or they said they were going to. Three hours to D2. I do wish we had some sort of target dummy or like way to check in-game DPS.
it'll all be over soon.
I doubt that thing. I doubt that thing so. There, and then we'll go ascend. We are rest cap. We have loads of life. We're living the life. And look at our chest is like insane, right? Insanely strong chest. Like we have trash gear right now. And it's this good. And that's what I mean about like so many people like misvalue Tabula. It really isn't very good unless you get a +2. I mean it's good, but not good enough. There. We don't have any Flaskerinos. Can I buy 30?
Be
No, one
careful.
over time, that's fine. And then we make one instant. Bubbling or seething, please. Excellent. Here. Yeah, drops will be active later. Yeah, I have some idea for build guides for D2R. Doo-doo. Usually being Templar helps a lot with that, Inquisitor. Are you excited for D2R? Less than I thought, 'cause I thought it was more than 2x today, but... Building level, 33. Hey, I still don't have decoy, that's annoying. As long as you stay close to Zaro and just flame dash through him, normally pretty easy. Can't really do much to you. No, last time was Act 1 and 2 as well. Will we play the next Last Epoch patch? Yeah, I'm very, very hyped for Last Epoch. I think in the next patch, my designer, I paid them $1,000 for their like supporter pack to do a design a unique in Last Epoch. And I made a unique that turns all wolves into squirrels. We're getting a squirrel unique.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Herald of the Scurry. I usually do that around level 33. And I actually like the flavor text was picked by a random dude on Twitter that replied. I can't remember it exactly. Oh, but I can find it actually, what the flavor text we ended up with. It was so good, dude. It's basically like a poem? Let's see if I can find 11-hour games. 1 squirrel, 2 squirrel, cute and furry. 3 squirrel, 4 squirrel, what's the hurry? 5 squirrel, 6 squirrel, you should worry. Run and hide. Here comes the scurry. So it's basically like just a shit ton of squirrels that like bleed you to death. But yeah, pretty cool. And scurry is what you call a group of squirrels. Did they make rabies? I can't remember which one we settled with. Pretty sure it was bleed. I'm very happy with the helmet though. The squirrel still comes by all the time. We're doing yard work at the moment, so it's been gone slightly less. I am gonna make a new house tour video soon. I figured when I get because I'm getting sponsored by Artesian for a new PC, so I figured I might as well like wait with the house tour video then, so they get more value out of their sponsorship. But I was like thinking about doing an outside tour. I don't know. I need to talk to some other streamers about it. I wonder how risky it is. Because I know Crip shows outside where they live all the time. But I don't know if you can ever find where somebody lives in Canada. I don't know. Maybe I should ask Bacchus, give him a picture and see if he can find it. If he can't find it, then no one can. So, I don't know. I probably won't show the outside. But it looks really nice. I'm very happy with how it turned out. The thing is, I live in Belfast too. And like people here don't really understand how to operate the internet. So I'm not really worried that somebody's going to be in Belfast and hate me. You know? Like if I lived in America, I would obviously not like disclose what even state I live in. But there's just a bunch of boomers here. True, Madiki isn't too far away. He's mental. GeoGuessr mains. Well, that's the thing that's slightly scary, right? We've had, there was one streamer that somebody triangulated where she lived because you could hear 2 different trains. So they like triangulated her apartment down to the street just by the train sounds. And then there was another streamer that posted a picture of the side of her pool, and people like found it with Google Maps to the exact address. It's like nice. And there are like quite a lot of streamers, especially in America, that have people that have found out where they live and they show up at their door asking for like pictures and stuff like that. Not necessarily being malicious. They're like, you know, hey, we're big fans of your stream. Can we get a picture? It's like, I live here. Monka S. There. So we're going to go for this. The reason for that is we want +2 level of all minion gems next. Very, very strong. Off Atomic High. The creature for soda? Yeah, I remember. Would you move to Belfast? I just wanted to live in an English-speaking country. I might move back at some point. Because, like, I don't know, Norway's especially a good place to raise kids and stuff. So, I don't know. We'll see. Depends. Norway is a very good country to live in. It's just, like, Norwegian is super resident sleeper. Soon we get Unleashed. That's gonna be nice. You should move to Denmark. So much sneezing, though. Doesn't everyone speak English there, though? They do, but if you're Norwegian, you're not expected to speak English to other Norwegians. I could make this whole alternative persona, start learning a really heavy American accent and pretend to be American.
When I'm ready and not.
But I really don't like speaking Norwegian. Even to other Norwegians, I usually speak English. I just prefer it. It just sounds better. Everything in Norwegian sounds cringe. It's weird. I don't like it. English is great. Most Norwegians I talk to and hang out with upstream, like, we all speak English to each other and most people prefer English. But, like, it's the normies I'm worried about, you know? It's the normies. Just talk Swedish. I'm from Sweden. What about your parents? They're the only ones I speak Norwegian to. And my grandmother. Me and my brother speak English. Yeah, Bupkis. No, it's a lot of Scandinavians feel the same way. We ever hung out with Milena? We met. Once? Twice? No, hung out a lot. Hung out with Nick more. Milena's really nice. I'm sure I've only met her once. No, I don't, Arcade. Yeah, no, I don't know. Oh, let's see. So now we have our Ascendancy. Where do I want to go?
I hope they're not all like
I mean, we can just take life. I have so much damage. And go up here and grab the resist pro prep nodes. Like, yeah, I don't know. I've just always preferred it. See. Grab the life cast trust node. Yeah, I should do that. Uber 0 Spectral Shield, only if you reflect immune. I moved to Denmark, I live there and hate the language as well. Yeah. I mean, both Denmark and Norway would be fine to live in. Now, it's very easy to get very under-leveled by the time you're in Comb stream, and you might have noticed that I didn't go straight to Dureso. I like went halfway. That's because I want to get more XP efficiency. So the way XP works in Path of Exile is you get full XP for 3 levels above and below. So if you're level 15, you get full XP at level 18 and level 12, and then every 16 levels that goes up by +1. So right now, since I'm level 32. At least that makes it that as +5 and below -5 for full XP. So I would get full XP from level 40 areas right now. Level 40 areas. What makes this build tanky? At the end game, we're going to have a life on block shield. We're going to be max block. And just a large amount of life. And I will most likely use a Comb's Heart. That's like quite a lot of fun things that you can do in PoE still. Better than most other games. It's not saying much. We're in a game draw. I tried Oxygen not included yesterday. Really having a struggle getting into it. It's just making me want to play Kenshi again. Which reminds me, they have like, it's so similar to that other game they made. Yeah, I love Kenshi. Yeah, I have 75 block on this build. Fun things required to go block dodge? Yeah, literally. Or Transcendence. You can go Transcendence too, but that's an insane investment. I mean, block basically, Jolta. Surrender on SSD? No. Can this build do Piranha's manner? Fight me. No, you don't want minion damage. Minion damage does nothing for this build. It's like 2% increased damage. You want hypothermia, minion life, less duration works. Conk effect works. Alright, let's see. Take that. I should have taken that so he needs the decoy. 2 more levels and we get the Mighty Unleash. Then it's time to use the Tabula. What is the item level for +2?
That's what you get.
What is the... Oh, I can grab a 5 link. Let's see what +2 is. I don't remember. Helmets, Intelligence. Socketed minion gems. It's 65. Wow, that's so late. Do I use the Tabula? I might use the Tabula. I might use the Tabula for once we get Unleash. 5 link would be fine too. It's no 6 link you're crazy about. Yeah, I can add a new suffix or refix. No, I will not find Sage. Alright, let's see. There, let's grab that. Then I have Decoy. Will drops be guaranteed? I don't know. I feel like nearly all the drops they do on Twitch lately is just a certain amount of time you have to watch. So I think you just have to watch me for 26 hours and then you get access. No pressure. No, I don't know how long the... I think it's usually like 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, something like that, and then you get guaranteed. 2.5 hours of watch time. Look at the damage. Look at it. So sad. I've said that all day and nobody's getting the reference. It's a very mild reference. I'm not surprised no one's getting it.
A king of swords is nothing. He cannot defend his crown.
I'm probably going to Druid. Drops for what? D2. I save? No, it's a build of the week quote. Look at this dagger. Look at it. Why the fuck do you need life on block shield if you're going to use block offering? So you get both. So you get like 800 or 900 life on block. So you don't die. So you don't die. Because being alive is better than being dead. Well, I dropped a Tavikai. That's why I'm doing the build. So additional push helps single. No, it doesn't do anything for single target. Just clear. Here, this go grab Onlyash. Oh, that's yes.
They all
There.
need me.
Onlyash.
No love for Diala.
General pull now. Can't get it from Legion. Well, you can get it from Legion, but not higher drop rate than anywhere else. No, there's only 2 acts. Where's my tabla rasa? Not an aura gem, right? Well, minion duration fire. Man. Fire resistance. So much lightning. Maybe I have some good leveling rings. Dude. Use that. I don't need the movement speed. I'd rather be alive. There. And then we do Unleash, and we get Minion Life. And we have a 6th link. Nice. Could do Curse on hit too, but I'm too lazy. Nice forward. Hey, thank you. Well, one of the I will be the main things I'll be talking with Chris from like my questions is going to be target farming, chase items,
It's not even
defense, and build viability. People keep like talking to him about build diversity, which is the wrong way to present it to GGD because then they get confused. Because build diversity is better this league than most leagues, but build viability is not. So
when I'm
we gotta just present it better to GGD. He's talked about that a lot on past ones, Nakadef. Yeah, I might talk about a spell singer. But that's the main things I would take now from me. I'll be like taking questions on Sunday from everyone. What is build viability? I don't really get it. So like build, so like for example, right, harvest, ritual, etc. Had very, very strong build viability. Like there were a lot of builds you could make work, like clunky, weird builds you could make work. But build diversity was worse than ever, right? Everybody is still playing the same fucking builds, even though you can make other builds work. So when we're complaining to GGD about build diversity, they're looking at it and being like, but in those leagues where people are happy, everyone is playing the same fucking builds. So people want more builds to be viable. Because even when more builds are viable, people don't play those builds. They can, but they don't. They end up playing the same builds anyway. So we can talk to them a little bit about build viability. Because diversity, like no matter what they do, we won't have much diversity. But a lot of people enjoy being able to do lots of different builds. And it also always looks scuffed on the ladder because what you play, what ends up happening is a large amount of people end up playing very, very, like, they don't want to gamble with their time on their first character. Most people want to have their first character something very, very solid, which also skews build diversity. But if everyone in my chat, we're all doing build Spectral Shield Throw for our first character, even when we stop playing that character's still there on the statistic list. Right? Everybody made that, and now it's still there, even if we're not playing it anymore. So build viability is important for weird, clunky builds past your first character. Get it?
Be happy for me, sister. It's not often we get to erase our failures.
We'll talk about things like that, and I'll be taking loads of questions from other people.
Our mistakes
Lions
delay
Road is
our
doing thing.
greatest achievements.
Yeah, you can use both. I'm just used to using Harvest Storms because it's better to get Elemental Overload with. Hi, is this right here? Oh, that was great. Good job. I wasn't sure what you were going to do with that because I didn't give you much to work with. Hi, is this right here? Oh. Hi, Zizaran here with another video, and this is going to be the Try to Die Less Than I Do, which is basically a RIP review series, and I have a neat little announcement at the start. I wanted to start doing RIP... Yeah, that's on YouTube. I'm basically starting a new RIP review series, so I'll review other people's stats. Let's see. We got that. We got that. And then we have Unleash in a Heartbeat. Same Shuri I recorded this morning. What unique is that, Chunko?
It seems I've underestimated piety. Good. I like surprises.
I don't. I hate surprises.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Yeah, if you have a video, show me. The Baron? Unlucky. At least it was strong for a while. That sucks, dude. It's not really usable right now, is it?
I shall preserve your beauty for eternity.
There. Give me level 38.
Glad I won't be seeing any more of your work.
Full unique, by the way. Really bad. No suggestion for the podcast. Oh, I'm not taking suggestions for the podcast right now. That'll be all on Sunday. All on Sunday. Might do some tomorrow. Right now we're doing a play with me. Right now we're doing a play with me. So for this Dodri, you want to be really, really careful. If you curse her, she will get Unholy Might, giving her chaos damage, which you don't have much resist to at this point. This is very scary. You can EE her, because that is not a curse. Can you teach me PoE loads on my YouTube?
Oh,
So
don't
yes,
you
I can.
We witches have to have some standards.
There. There. This is not gonna open suffix. We could go down here. Here. There. Let's do this. Now we're moving on to a tabula. 5 link would be fine too. You don't really need minion life at this point. Oh, mana is gonna be annoying. But the unleash, that I do want.
Dissection time.
Probably would be fine with that too, but I'd rather just cruise through even easier. Look at this damage.
You have murdered.
It's insane. A little bit annoying mana now though.
I hate to be critical,
Hurry,
but I've seen better.
Good level of clarity. I don't have that much mana. You completely ditch vitality. You don't have EE? Look at the ring that it's in, my friend.
You and I are about to create the most beautiful of nightmares together. Will you go to bed now, little girl? Or do I need to tuck you in?
Now, exile!
Are you playing D2 today? Look at my title. There.
I need more mana.
Oh man, yeah, the mana's annoying.
Embrace
Very
the
annoying mana.
future. What?
Now, exile!
Yeah, we have so much damage right now. Everything's just getting insted. And this is pretty much SRS. This is like you're already playing your in-game build. You're already playing your in-game build. So nice. So powerful. Yeah, you can hold it in inventory. Don't know about
Let's see
that.
if you truly understand what it means to be nightmare.
No, Miss Yandar. I also don't need more damage. Definitely don't need more damage. Definitely not at the cost of mana. Expect the unexpected, Malachi. And you're dead, kid. I don't know. Why are we so in love with death? There, all done. Inspiration doesn't do anything. Nothing.
With care.
Right, I can't be bothered getting a golem.
No
Just
love.
move on. Let's see, I should grab Onslaught soon. Ow. I should grab like just things. Dude, the Ascent is so deadly now. Just death right now. Absolute death. I just realized I don't know if I have a Spectre Gem high level. I don't know that I do. Hmm. 42, I can get a better mana flask.
Everything dies.
Have you ever died during a play with me? I died to Gravicious once. Yeah, it's a minion instability, maybe. I always do that. True, I could use Jinx Juju. No, never mind. I'm using Tavakai. I'm using Tavakai. I could use Jinx Juju on the other build that I want. No, I can't do that either. 'Cause it's fucking... God damn it. There's so many like things that cancel each other out. Can't get Spectres on the stupid animate. I like never get to use Jinx Juju. I always have either like something preventing it. I like ES on this build. You can get a decent amount of energy shield. If they want a Comb's Heart, I don't have one. I do have an okay chest with life on it.
When I'm ready and not before.
Yeah, insane build at the moment. Insane. The Witcher 3. Oh shit, I haven't looked at subs for a while. I forgot alerts were off. Starting Implosion, thanks so much for the 42 months. Lima, thank you for the 7 months. Being the thank you for the 16 months. Thank you. Oh wait. I thought that was the dead end, but it's not. Not bad. Look at that damage. Boop. There, we can grab some sort of ring, I suppose.
For freedom.
Yeah, suppose that works after.
For
No. Like, the entire thing of damage taken in PoE is very out of sync with how it should or needs to be. Let's see. We can ditch a... Well, I can't ditch it yet because I'm 39. Silver. Reduce charges. Sure, that'll do. Enduring. Don't have any good instant life lasts. I already have a 30. Could grab a Jade. Bleed Immune would be nice. Man, I had like 1200 ults. I used so many yesterday. Poison Immune actually matters now. Curses are so scary as well. Do I have Astonishing? We could use a Quartz. Not being stuck on things is nice. Yeah, and we do silver instead of quicksilver. Oh, Spain Sage. That rib was rushed? Yeah. A little bit unlucky with a lot of bad. How far can one go without some guy? High yellows? You start having a problem in like reds. I don't know, I haven't tried. I've always used Tabakai. Not sure. Static thanking you for the 42-month resub, and DS_Lily with the 20-month resub. How are you doing? How are you doing? Yeah, I wish there was more than Act 2. I really do. I'm gonna do a boom boom build. Oh wait, no, I was gonna go up here. Oof. Pierce just makes the projectiles pierce more for better clear. But maybe it would be more than that too? Yeah, I'll play it a little bit though, but I'm like, I don't know, I'm not the hype. I'm not that hyped since it's just one act. I'll play Druid. I'll play some Druid. It looks so pretty. I'm excited to see the fissures. I'm excited. You haven't died for a while, right? How's all your builds doing? Sorry, Rip, that was BS. I wouldn't call it BS. A little bit unlucky to not block 3 times in a row, but it's not like my positioning was good. Yeah, I really, really wish they'd given me Act 3, then I would have made a Sork and Mefran. I mostly wanna... I figured, like, I have Chris for like 2 hours, and I figured we could get like a really in-depth look on hard mode and talk about hard mode for like 2 hours. I think that's what most people want to hear most about. Man, I am such a shitlord. They're getting there. ZD-based Chieftain, Kong, Path Brothers, and ZHP, Frozen Over Cultist. Oh, wow. So if both of your builds were in one, it'd be great. You can ask questions on Sunday. I'll take questions on Sunday. Yeah, it's very strange playing non-modded. Very strange. Oh, I'm sleepy today. I'm always sleepy. There, then we get the life notes here, and that helps out with some resist. Then I just need a belt, but I think I have that at 42 anyway. I got it from Harvest. Can't get it from Legion.
Local, need your aid.
Nice, Rennie. There, and then now is this is going to be one of the best places to level in the game. This is the Chamber of Innocence place. Like leveling here on hardcore to all the way up to 52 if you're scared is pretty good, and leveling to 46, 48 is very normal. Then you have a lot of people on softcore do to like 44, 46 as well. Makes the rest like a breeze, and you can go a lot faster later. I'm worried hard mode will make trade league even more thin. I don't think you have to worry about that. And you can play hard mode trade too, right? Hard mode trade sounds really fun. I don't think a lot of people will play it. Is there going to be a gauntlet? Yeah, we're working on it. Well, graphics wise, the nation, it doesn't on the update. Graphics is really good. Hard mode gauntlet. That might be too hard. Look at this great damage, dude. We're just like running around dropping bombs. What level is Tavikai actually? Wait, is it during the campaign or is it like 70? I can't remember. Is it 54 or something? 54. I think lots of people play hard mode for a day. Well, yeah, whenever something's new and exciting, people always try it out. But like, it's good to have options like that too. Look at how many softcore players love playing Gauntlet, right? But that doesn't mean they want to permanently switch to playing Gauntlet mods. It's nice and healthy for a game to have like events and modes and stuff. That's good. And like most of the people, whenever we do a Gauntlet, most people that are software players are like, wow, I actually enjoy the campaign for once. Whereas like most people hate the campaign. Are you doing string stacking, Lily? On your chieftain? I'm surprised they wouldn't just call it Ruthless, because that's what the 4th mode used to be called. Yeah, oh nice. Wait, how is that ZDBS? You just have very low strength. So now we just gotta farm here for a while, then we're gonna zoom. Nah, they wouldn't call it hard mode. I know. Probably go with Merciless. Or I mean Ruthless. 1.2k strength? Oh. Yeah, I feel like damage until you get 2k is a bit rough on those.
Remember, we do this for free.
I think that's everyone in 3.15. It feels like damage should be higher, Lily. I think that's just all of us. Except on this build, I'll have enough damage. Would you play? I don't know. I mean, I always prefer Trade League. I'm forced to play SSF at the moment because Trade League's in shambles. No chase. Hard mode. I think I'd prefer hard mode trade. Yeah, Lance. How you doing, dude? Oh, nice GG, man. We'll do until 45 or 46 here. It goes pretty fast, though. Super worth. Oh no, I think hard mode sounds like it fixes all the problems for me of Trade League, so probably more interested in Trade League. What do you mean in shambles? Just for somebody that's played as many hours as me, there's not that many exciting things that can happen in Trade League right now. It's just like too many hours. Same as like after you've dropped like a few thousand exalted orbs, they stop being as exciting too, right? It's just about hours invested. Oh wow, Castmaster. Here. Nothing to be genuinely excited for. Yeah, especially with like target farming not being there. There are things to be exciting for, especially in SSF, but in Trade League there's a lot less. A lot less. For sure you get excited for a mirror or a headhunter? Sure, but those are also not target farmable and realistically never drop. I only had 3. I've had like 11 headhunters and 3 mirrors. Also, I don't know. For its value, I would say Headhunter isn't as exciting. There are things I find more. I would wait any day, take an exciting Watcher Sight over a Headhunter drop. I don't know why, but I feel like Headhunter, for its like how expensive it is and how strong it is, it's like less exciting than a lot of other things. Like I don't know. I love Watcher Sights, dude. Fucking absolutely love them. So exciting. I only dropped 1 Arclight flying actually. It's like enabling cheat mode in maps. Yeah, I know. Like once you've used Headhunter, it loses its charm for me anyway. I mean, I think it's the thing. I like definitely for sure a little bit of that. I think it's for me that Headhunter actively ruins my enjoyment of the game. So whenever I get one, I'm like, oh, time to quit. So I usually end up selling it, doing other stuff instead. Hard to play other builds. Yes, but not marked on hit, Sean Frame. Oxtox, thanks so much for the prime as well. I'll be taking questions on Sunday. And also you gotta remember, a lot of the problems I'm having isn't things most people are experiencing, right? Just comes to playing a lot of hours. How did they fix the bug? Why wouldn't they? So there was a bug where if you had like mark on hit with Forbidden Right totems, it wouldn't cast because it's trigger and the totems don't have mana. So the totems themselves don't trigger it. Or at least didn't at least start. Unless it's fixed. Because it still requires mana from the ring. And your totems don't have mana, so you would have to do something yourself. I don't need zombies. Yeah, still. I agree. I haven't tested it. I haven't played it for a while. Holy shit, so... Okay, so implicit glove corruptions work and ring implicits work? Yeah. I'm talking about curses, not marks. Like, if you have a ring with Poacher's Mark on hit, you can test it. It should, but I get why it doesn't. I get why it doesn't. Wait, why am I going this way? I have to go EE later. This is trying to use mana and you don't have any mana. A lot of time with it. I need 2 months, so thanks so much. Yeah, John. I won't play that much, to be honest, because there's not that much to do. I'll play like 2 characters, maybe play some tomorrow. Probably play more PoE. It's 15:37 for me now, so 2 hours, 20 minutes. We're just gonna farm here to level 46, then we're gonna run to the BA, and then we're gonna go play D2.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Maven, 2 or 3 million. Despair on here works. Different wording. Marks have the specific wording trigger. That's why it doesn't work. Does it work now, Bella, or is it still broken? I don't know if you have a purchase ring. They're adding Druid and Paladin. That Druid and Paladin, Sork and Barb. Nice, Zero. Thanks. Woo! There, 45. 1 more level. Just for good luck. Barb. I just tested, worked on my Ellie hit ring, didn't work on my ass mark ring. So weird. I know how I never heard of that bug. I've been self-casting Esmer from the start though, so I never knew. It's just the wording. Sunday Hatefield. So Tokyo just helped me through a lot of bad times, so thanks a lot. No problem, Kev. Thank you, dude. Hope you're good, man. And thank you for the sub. Thanks so much. Welcome. To be fair, it's Path of Exile Baylor. It's almost impossible to know everything. And things change so much too. Think about how often the game changes. Full builds? No, not really. Like, it's the same as, like, summon raiding spirits, right? And, like, I mean, sometimes things are just bugged, right? Like, summon raiding spirits at low life didn't work last league. Like, the helmet. And then I was like, this doesn't feel like it works, but I have no way of testing it. And they were like, oh, yeah, you're right. It doesn't work. Thanks. I was like, oh, okay. Awesome. Give target dummy, please. No, I mean, it does literally change everything. I mean, I would really want to try Firestorm and Flame Blast, Crest of Desire, but I don't know if they're any good. If double damage scaled Ignite, then it would be insane. It's hard. Herald of Thunder is probably the best one for it. There.
The world must be cleansed of impurity.
We've got some damage. We got a lot of damage. Well, should I just had to look at the fucking novella I wrote you? I should have had someone proofread that. Jesus, I'm sorry. You should be sorry. Why would you use the serious and necessary if you yourself aren't quite low life? Because it's when they are. It's when they are low life. It doesn't work with you being low life. And now that low life is 50%, it's really good.
More mana.
That's why it's really good for them. No, I don't think I will. Sure, I understand, Mixer. Yeah, I have a couple of how to make currency easily on YouTube. From last league. You missed lab running from last league? Yeah, that was like probably the most enjoyable thing I did last league. I really like lab running, but I wouldn't enjoy it as much on SSF. More of a trade league thing. Panic now. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I still prefer bubbling or seething just because you can easily get one shot from 60%. But they're definitely a lot better now. Still I wouldn't use that on hardcore. Too risky. And if I'm in like very high HP build, I want to use Unique Flask anyway. That's a lot of damage. Wonder if I can drop out at random +1 fire. Nope. Alright. It's time for everybody's favorite time. I'm gonna slam you guys with ads and then I'm gonna go pee.
For freedom. For freedom.
Enjoy. I'll be right back. I wish. Do you guys want to see something fucked up? Where is it? I named it Come On Bro. Look at this. This is the kind of stuff I'm getting right now, just from the entire community. Somebody wrote me like 3,600 words about things to bring up to Chris on Wednesday. Baylor gave me walls of text. Everyone's just sending me walls of text. It's fucked.
Freedom comes to those who fight.
It's a lot of messages.
Remember, we do this for freedom.
Worst thing is I read all of it. Did you respond with TLDR? I haven't replied to Baylor. Did you complain about my one paragraph? Yeah, they were one of the first. I didn't know how bad it would get. I replied to one with Woodface, Lord of the Rings.
And hello, my agents of vanity. It appears I returned just in time for the party.
Just in time. Ulysses. What a name. So cool. Oh, oh, oh. I really like having quartz flask. Not get stuck in things. You tried to hold back? That's fair. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the talk. I always have a good time talking to Chris. Hey, minion. I think I need that. Be good. Try to mark the feasting fields. What is that? Nice lot. Yeah, you just slam, you have to use like a 300 to hit a good one, to be honest. That's just like super in-game helmets. Hitting +3 minion with that is hard, dude. Yeah, I can't read. I don't know why people are sending me messages.
When I'm ready and not before.
Yeah, you sure is stashed in SSF. So now we're gonna do Kitava. Kitava is actually really hard. Act 5 Kitava is a lot harder than Act 10 Kitava. I don't know why they made Act 10 so easy compared to Act 5. Maybe it's just they didn't want people to get all the way to the end and then die right before maps. Honestly curious. I don't know. I don't know why. It's like fucking 10% of the difficulty. Because Act 10 doesn't have a proper slam. Act 5 slam can actually take you out, whereas Act 10 just has like the red circle. It's like super easy to dodge.
What magnificent monuments to mortal absurdity. Yet it is somehow aspiration.
Do.
Yes.
Do. There. Yeah, we'll just go for Silent Life Whale. Don't need more damage. Warchief Totem still decent. Yep. Should be okay. I don't think it'll be super great. Should be decent though. Strength Sniper's better, I think. Censored for original content. Dude, I hate being maimed now. I feel like I get maimed way more than before. I just feel like I'm maimed a lot. See, I need to hurry up because I want to eat before D2. But I mean, I just need to rush to Act 8, 9. And then quit. We don't have a super long one. Feel maimed all the time? Yeah! Very much maiming going on. Like hex blast monsters or whatever they call hex spawn. That's so scary now, dude. Genuinely terrifying. No, Valia. Next league. Next league is gonna save the game, don't worry. Or 3.17. I hope, do you know, all I want for every patch is just the community to be happy. It's so much more fun to stream when the community is really excited and happy. That's so much fun. That makes me enjoy the game more too. So stressful streaming when everything's on fire. Because it kind of drags down the overall mood and people start pointing out things that maybe you didn't mind that much. But when loads of people are bitching about it, then you're like, yeah, you know what? That is a little annoying. That makes you care a little more. So I'm like, I don't know. I just want everyone to be happy next league, dude. That's what I want.
When I'm ready and not before.
Yeah, at times. Wait, what do you mean, Xerox? There will always be people like that? Sure, but right now, I'd say like the majority are unhappy and that's bad. Like sometimes people are right when they're saying like, oh, Reddit is the vocal minority, but that's not the case right now. Do I use this? Do I bother using this while leveling? I don't know if I do, dude. Do I do that, dude? Do I do that? I mean, this one's kind of nice. If I had one with fire, I can use this. That's nice. Oh, I have so much fire rest right now. This is excellent. I'm not gonna die at all. If I can, just do that for now. If I can like recraft, we'll be fine. You think they had a new skill tree next patch? No, they're not gonna have a new skill tree next patch. I don't think so. I could use a gold rim actually. I don't need this anymore. There, excellent. Now I'm rest cap. Same, I misspelled here too. Alright, you're being very weird, Zeros. The things you're saying don't make sense. Stop. Please stop. Should have applied Word to the full item pool? Well, I mean, they're experimenting with Word. It's not like in my core. Is there a good helmet enchant for this build? Yeah, SRS extra chance, extra cast. On a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you for D2R? 4? If you mean like D2R today, 4, launch, 10. I was just like, I got kind of disappointed. I didn't know there was just 2x today. Yeah, we got on this. Yeah, I have all the ward items, but it's, I haven't really done a dodge evasion build, so there's no reason to do it. Launch 10, why? Some super big D2 fan. I love D2. If they showed I3, I'd be, oh, if I showed I3, it'd be a 9, dude. I'd just do Mephisto all day. I don't, if I could farm Mephisto this weekend, I don't think I'd be playing PoE. There's nothing better in any video game than Mephisto farming. No one has ever made better content. Maybe normal Mephisto for me though, that Nightmare Hell, but... Nice case. Oh, I just really like Mephisto farming. Can you explain to noobs about Mephisto farming? Is just repeating the same content over and over again, doing the same like 1 minute of teleporting and then killing the boss over and over again, hoping that it'll drop good stuff. And it has like really good stuff it can drop. I never liked Pindle runs. I live for Mephisto. It's the best thing. Yeah, there are loads of like good items that can drop. Some people like Chaos Sanctuary runs. There's like Mephisto. Like whenever I play, I play D2 quite a few times per year. I'll play like Path of Diablo. And normally what I do, I'll play anywhere from like 3 days to a week. And then my community will start complaining about Mephisto farming. And then I'll start just playing off stream instead. And I'll do like, I usually do like 16 hours a day of Mephisto. It's the same thing over and over again. That's like Cyrus farming is nothing like Cyrus farming. What do you mean? Cal level's fun.
The flame of hope may flicker.
It doesn't have anything in common with Cyrus. The closest thing is lab farming. It's the closest thing we have to Mephisto. I like the cow streams. Yeah, it's super cozy. I do right now. There, let's go do this. Hey, Pessy. There, I just always do this on new characters. In case I need gems. But now we can just run through everything because we're so strong. Ow. We get more life soon. It's 2 hours, 39 minutes. A little bit slow. My nice card farming? No. Also not very close to Mephisto. Closest thing is probably lab farming. Hi.
When I'm ready,
let's see.
and not before.
There. Same 13 seconds of content repeated over and over again. Yeah, we can't drop anything. That's part of the excitement. There's no layout or teleporting. You never like the remaster remake trend? I really like when like good games get remastered by people who do it correctly. Hasn't really been many good remakes, but I'm excited for the D2 one. I think that's going to be a very successful one. Yeah, I heard good things about Final Fantasy, that's true. Is it updated at all? Not content-wise, no. Part of the big problem of why it won't last a very long time unless they're not allowing for even TCP/IP. Like you can't get mods on it for multiplayer. You can only get single player mods. And that is very bad. Dude, I'm taking so much damage. What is this? To have a future, it really needs multiplayer mods. Meeting Excel, Path of Diablo, and Project Diablo 2. Or they should just hire a green dude and let him do. I would even pay for that. I would pay. I would way rather give an additional $40 just to play Path of Diablo, because fucking. Also, I hope they don't actually do that. That would obviously be terrible. But like, the game is way more enjoyable with Path of Diablo. Because there's not very much content in D2. Can you explain Path of Diablo? It just combines Path of Exile and Diablo 2. So you have Val Orbs, maps, additional skills, and additional bosses. More of an endgame. Some slight rebalancing, nerf to Enigma, etc. Nah, but I'm not a huge Median XL fan, but I might try it. I don't really like it too much. D2 is more fun when it is in D2? Yeah. Because it's a very old game. Like, most people that really enjoyed play it for nostalgia, but on its own, it didn't age that well. There's not that much to do in D2. By modern standards, right? It was amazing for its time, but it really does need something. Like, it's still enjoyable, but not for, like, I probably wouldn't, with the new games I've gotten used to and played now, I wouldn't play, like, an additional 20,000 hours of D2 right now. Whereas that was more fine back when I played it, right? Didn't age that well in terms of what you can do in the game. Gearing is way more fun in Diablo 2 than in PoE? Yeah. But there's a lot of reasons for that, right? There's no trading, or not the same amount of trading. So things you find and stuff like have value. It's almost impossible to trade. To join games and no proper trade site. That's why people start making things like JSP. Dude, I love the grass fire effect. It's so cool. I'm pretty excited about a full dish. Yeah, what Take Apple said is pretty true. That's what I'm sad about. I also feel like... Okay, to be fair... If I was Blizzard and I just wanted to min-max money, probably what I would do was... I wonder if they would sell more if they wait with mods. If they do mods like after 6 months or so when people have died down playing it. And then they open for multiplayer and then you see a big resurgence of people wanting to play Path of Diablo. And stuff like that. I wonder if that would make them more money. I just wish we had mods, dude. I wonder if that would make them more money than just releasing with mods. Like, I wonder why they're not releasing with mods. I guess I just don't really get it. Maybe they're like just scared of another Dota, right? That's probably it.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Yeah, it's well, I mean, that's the thing they did with Warcraft, right? They didn't they have something on Warcraft like, yeah, you can make a mod for Warcraft, but if it's successful, it's our intellectual property. It was something like that, right? Or, that's not it. That's not it, man, with that. I don't think that's it. Yeah, I know it doesn't have to be successful. Yeah, I don't know. That just seems really petty to me. Really annoying. It just prevents like good things for your game.
For my life and my work, I shall not suffer this humiliation again.
It's like, why would you make it then? You know you have a good idea. Just don't make it, lol. So annoying. Look at that damage. Beautiful. Props for Diablo 2 Remastered.
You've killed. Good work clearing. With the road to the Frisian.
Frisian Forest. Really, dude? Alright, you know what? I'll keep decoy. I don't know what LO means. Yeah, blighted maps are really good money. Also remember, always click on these. Because you can get the, even if you're full like I am, you can get the div card for 10 alts. Especially good early league. Oh, logging out? No, I haven't logged out this league. And then if I do log out, I'm gonna like document it and present it at the end of the league for like what I logged out from. And why? It would be an interesting thing to do since I like barely log out every league anyway. I think I like normally like last league probably logged out less than 5 times. But I feel like there's a big misconception that hardcore players log out like all the time. I'll document it. We'll document it. Like there are the 2 most likely things that I would log from is Maven because I have boomer memory and not boomer memory. Like I've done Maven with no logout, but I haven't done Maven with not having a logout enabled. That's a very big difference.
Don't go all day.
And then 10 ways going wrong. Yeah, Rikima. I mean, nice to have the ability on Uber Elder to log out, but you normally don't want to. And I'm not talking about specifically like macro right now, just like the ability to log out. Oh, the Feared. The Feared, Maven, and 10 ways going wrong. That's kind of where you want to log. Some of the Maven like fights, to be honest, are kind of sketchy. Like the Breachlord fight, you probably don't want to log. You probably just want to nuke. Go for it, Cronex. Go for it. Do you think not being able to log out made this league more enjoyable for you? No. Way less enjoyable. Especially at the start and with the builds I was picking. The game is a lot more enjoyable with being able to log out. Like 20, 30 times. I think Steel would said the same as well. What stops you from logging out? Spite. I'm a very spiteful person. Spite and hatred. How do we log out for console plebs? You just use the Xbox log out. Xbox log out. Xbox! Sorry. Can you repeat that?
Oi, over here.
Didn't you camp a dude in Eve for like 4 days? No, it was like 12 hours, not 4 days. That is not a crazy amount of time. Console has a logout button in the menu. Please refrain from ruining my jokes. Hello? I don't have that many. Let me keep the ones I have. Look at this damage. Now we actually have 6 links too. That actually do something. Look at this dagger. Look at it.
Sharp out there.
Spite leads to anger. No, it doesn't. Spite leads to more. Spite isn't even next to anger. Spite, anger leads to anger. Spite leads to spite. There's no hate. Well, there is hate. They're far apart. Hatred leads to suffering. No, suffering's down here. Suffering also leads to suffering.
Well met.
Like scorn leads to hysteria, insanity, horror, and delirium, and so does envy leads to those, misery leads to those, and dread leads to those. Suffering leads to the dark side. No, this is countering with a joke on my own. Star Wars is... I haven't seen that in so long. Dude, honestly, it gets... Just like, every sci-fi is just so bad compared to Stargate. I always thought it was so weird when... I just recently discovered, so you'll often hear people like debate like, oh, what's better, Star Trek and Star Wars? And the reason that Star Trek and Star Wars fans never like ask like what's better, Star Trek, Star Wars, or Stargate, is because everybody knows that Stargate is far superior. So now they're just competing for second. I haven't seen Expanse yet. I've heard very good things. Altered Carbon? No, I haven't seen it. I want to watch Expanse. It's like next on my list of shows to watch with Helena. We're just watching all of Stargate SG-1 Atlantis in Universe first. Ah, this build's super tanky. This build is super tanky. What? No, Stargate is literally the best show ever. I just got Helena. It's her birthday in a week, but I gave her an early birthday present. I gave her like an engraved locket, and the encryption. What do you call the engravation? Well, anyway, the text I got engraved is Chevron 7 locked. It's like Stargate is like our show. She loves it. Inscription. And then it's like a picture of me and Loki inside. It instantly broke though, like the lock and lock mechanism instantly broke. It's not like it was like a cheap one either. It was like 100 fucking pounds. So I was like kind of disappointed it like insta ripped. But it still works. You just like can't lock it. You can't lock the locket. Oh, it's just, oh, that was a little bit sketchy there. Hey, attack damage while holding a shield. Was it made in Britain? No, I don't know.
Come on now, don't go all day.
Super tanky. I'm not tanky now. I'm not tanky now. think he wants to get boner offering and a block on knife shield and max block. You know? No, it's not unlock it now, you're right. Okay, we're just moving on.
And not before.
Just gotta keep on pushing. Push! Take more life. Have enough damage. Crafting medium clusters and large cluster for SST to any specific item level. You should look it up on PoEDB. I honestly don't remember. Somebody on Reddit said that there was no tank in Path of Exile. Like he said, it was something like, the comment was like, I really wish there was a build that could tank in PoE, even at the cost of damage, but there isn't. And I'm like, yes there is. There's just very few like if you specifically want to tank, then you can go Transcendence. You can go like a Chieftain Zibakwa conversion build. You can go the fucking build I did last thing with Brutus Lead Sprinkler. And there's several builds using Machine and Maxolotl's Machination. Like, they're very tanky. But he was like adamant that there was no tanky build in PoE. Like, you can tank like almost everything. Yeah, Rakiata is awesome. Especially at the cost of offense. Like, some of those builds are very low damage, but you can tank in PoE. You can literally fucking stand there with Uber Elder beating on you. Why am I bleed? I really like when we can make really, really tanky builds. I had a Righteous Fire build that was pseudo-immortal. Like, obviously, there's generally always... You can actually make literally immortal builds in PoE. There's been a few. There hasn't been that many recently. We're talking, like, literally 100% damage reduction. But, like, pseudo-immortal builds, you can do quite a few of. And I had one... I can't remember, but one of my Righteous Fire builds were, like, pseudo-immortal. It had, like, 88 All-Res, Chaos, Abakwa. And I did Uber Elder with my feet on hardcore. That was very fun. I enjoyed that a lot. That was a long time ago. Yeah, Delirium, that's hard. Hard to tank sometimes. That's what you're doing. Do do. Do 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 do. How many followers did you get the day you play with your feet? Not enough. Not enough. I don't even know how many followers I'm on right now. My panel's like zoomed out. Did I hit 330? I'm not too far away from 33333 followers. I want to celebrate that. Then I'm like 33.333% of the way to 1 million followers. That's kind of cool. We're soon there. Is it on YouTube? I don't know. It should have been. I would have put it on YouTube now, but I don't think I made a big deal out of it. I should have done. Sick. Can't do that anymore. Are your feet on YouTube? It's a sub only thing. It's a sub only thing.
When I'm ready and not before.
Could have been a headhunter. Viper! Thank you for the 56 months resub, dude. Thank you, thank you. Thanks so much. Baboix, thank you for the 4 months. And BRQ, thank you for the Prime. FPS, thank you for the 20 months. So that I missed some subs. I have alerts off at the moment. Thank you for the 50 gift subs. That's beefy. That's beefy. I could just end stream right now. Like, that's a good amount. That's a good amount of money to make in one day. Like, I don't need to stream for you fuckers anymore today. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Thanks so much, dude. I really appreciate the 50. Let's see that Righteous Fire build. Nah, I'm not playing RF this league, dude. Fuck that. Fuck that. That build is dead the way I played it. That build is dead the way I played it.
Finally. Come on.
I think Pox plays Righteous Fire on Guardian now. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much. It's not dead this league. It's just very different how you play it. And you can do like Impulse or Righteous Fire and stuff. They're very different builds. I'd probably do Chieftain if I didn't know. Oh, Skim, thank you for the 5 gifts, those dude. Thank you so much, dude. Hype train on cooldown? No, I think it just requires 5 different events. How is the way you played it, Dad? I don't remember all the nerfs. Got nerfed like quite a lot of times. I can't remember all of them. Remember I haven't played it for a while. No, I'm still not logging out. Still haven't logged out this thing. Dude, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that a lot. Appreciate that a lot. Wanna just log out? You know you wanna? I'm good. I'm good. Just here to be more careful about what builds I play. How are you doing, Amy Cat? If that's even your real name. You did it once the Thursday last week? No, the entire thing just crashed. The entire thing just crashed. Are you? I'm great, especially now that you're gracing us with your presence. Maybe thank you for the 38 months. Agatio, thank you for the 100 cheer, and Mudar, thank you for the 300. And to be fair, like I wouldn't like. I don't think many people would consider logging out from the entire game just hanging and freezing. I don't think many people would consider that logging out, you know. So.
Stay sharp out there.
But yeah, I did have the client completely freeze up one time. Tips for farming Tavikai and SSF? You can't. You could use ancient orbs. You can use the thing in the, but it's nothing you can do to target farmer really. Just ancient orbs. Yeah, I will, Ernest. Ms. Winter, but was working him for me. Yeah. Yeah, detour later today. I love working. Is there still a higher chance in Legion? Nope. Nope. Is there an act limit? Yeah, just act 2. That's why I'm not that excited about it. I'm a little excited, just not that excited. Definitely a little excited. So we're just gonna rush this character to Act 9. And oh my god! What the fuck, dude? Charge monsters are so scary right now. I have 2k life in Act 7. That's so much. Here's the 1.6 here. Back. Jesus. I stream never know. I'm gonna upload this to YouTube, so I'm trying to keep it cleaner. Came in like a wrecking ball. What? That can't be right? What can't be right? You know what SRS is?
When I'm ready and not before.
Yeah, this shield throw died. Same act limit as the previous beta, yeah. We're gonna ascend soon. We're gonna do Pro Lab. I'm gonna go do that now. Yeah, I have a guide for this. Then what's different? New classes and multiplayer. Yeah, Gauntlet's gonna be fucked. I mean, I'll go pee and then we're gonna go ascend. We're gonna do that. Nice. Oh, I probably have some here. Oh. I'll be right back. Be right back. Enjoy ads. And thank you again for all the subs and stuff. Yeah, duels are in. That's cool. I can duel viewers. I doubt we can pre-download. By the way, wasn't there a Theme Hospital remake?
Go with courage. Journey well.
The beta channel for that? Beta channel? Two-Point Hospital. Was it good? For those started yesterday? Oh! Try to do it in like 30 minutes. Just want to finish like getting to Act 8.
When I'm ready and not before.
How big is the download? $22? We gotta start in like 30 minutes then. Gotta rush. We gotta rush, chat. I'm feeling 22. Otter Armor, thank you for the sub. And Stanswar from 11-hour games with the 9-month resub. Thank you, Stanswar. I'm sorry, Otter Armor. I thought you said Otter Armor. Dude, friend, that's a cool name too, though. Otter Armor. Imagine what armor for an otter would look like. That's kind of badass, you know? Sorry, Otter. So, you're playing later? D2. You know, I would like a D1 remake. Diablo 1 would be a really cool first-person remake. I don't know why I want that. I want it. I think it'd be a really good horror game. It'd be really fucking creepy. Diablo 1 VR remake. Diablo 1 VR remake. I would die. Would you consider showing your feet? I would not. Yeah, I mean, I would get to butcher and then like literally die in real life. How are you doing, Stansfire? We should catch up soon. When are you gonna show me when are we getting like multiplayer? Can we have it tomorrow? What about the day after that? Oh, cool. I'm feeling some Last Epoch soon. Just because that's where I spend so much time shitposting in my chat, you know? I haven't played since the last update, actually.
When I'm ready and not before.
Community testers playing it in September. I'm a community tester. I'll be a community tester. When is Last Epoch gonna release? No idea. Did they add your helmet yet? Next patch, I think. Yeah, I'll be waiting a bit. I'll be waiting, Vidar. Wait, I have infinite mana suddenly. When did that happen? Maze is actually the easy Zizaran that you basically can't die to. It can be a little scary with curse and stuff, but the slam is so slow. I'm gonna play a druid tonight. That's what I'm playing. Very hyped for Lost Ark. Yeah, both Lost Ark, Last Epoch. Mr. Lemmer, thank you for the sub. Like, and I know it's very popular to shit on Wilson, but honestly, I'm very hopeful for any ARPG. Do you know why? Because there isn't enough games in the genre, and I want the genre to do better. So I'm very hopeful for any action role-playing game, if I'm being honest. I would love to see Wilson turn it around and be a fun game with like in-depth things to do. Not just competition, I just want more things to do. Last Epoch, Lost Ark, Wilson. Like, it always like hurts me when I see games like go backwards, like Pagan Online and stuff. Pagan had some really cool things. What's the other one that wasn't that good? Not Sacred. Fuck. I got sponsored to play. It wasn't super great. It was alright. I had a good game feel, but that was about it. Torchlight 3. That like lacked a lot of things. It sucks because they nailed the game feel, which I feel is the worst thing about Grim Dawn. Like Torchlight 3 felt good to play. Grim Dawn has a lot of cool things in it, but I just can't, dude. I think I'm happy people like Grim Dawn. It feels so garbage to play for me. I'm gonna try it again soon. See if I can get over it. You know? Minecraft Dungeons was absolutely hilarious. I'm so happy that game exists. That shit was so fucking fun, dude. Playing with Rise and Noogie, throwing TNT at Rise. Oh my god. What a delight. Hi, Titacular. What a delight. There, and now we're getting insane damage. Yeah. Didn't have any in-game or depth, but it was very fun to play. Very fun to play. I could use some boots. Boots? Booties? Do we have any booties? Don't I have Spectre boots? Just on the off chance that I need those. Two hours, 40 minutes. Yeah, sounds. I have a video that like sums up play class, but I mean we can talk a little bit about hard mode. So obviously like a couple of the older people at TGD really like a very slow playstyle that their core audience don't necessarily want, right? Like very punishing back in the day, like Path of Exile 2013. And there's a chunk of the community that likes that as well, but not necessarily the main player base. So what they did instead, as like a weekend project for Chris Wilson and 2 other devs, I think, they're creating something called hard mode. It's just meant to be like an extra thing similar to private leagues and stuff like that. But it's just something he's doing on his off time because he wants to. It's basically going to be just a way more punishing version of Path of Exile. And obviously that existing is very good because that means that the existing Path of Exile will stay fast and won't be slowed down. Yeah, I want to play it. But obviously there's a lot of players that don't. I do. Yeah, Carl, I do. And then like a lot of people are completely missing the mark because they're like, oh, well, are we going to get a zoomer mode or an easy mode? And it's like, no, of course you're not going to get an easy mode. This is his fucking weekend project that he's doing for fun. Of course you're not going to get an easier zoomer mode. That's not what he wants to do. I'll play for a giggle just like all night. Yeah, I think that's what most people are going to do. No. I'll play if there's a leaderboard. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's going to be ranking. Obviously. It'll be a private league mod, if anything, probably, and then you'll have the normal rank thing. And the 5 hardcore trade players become 4? It's because of a lot of other things. To be fair, hardcore trade league hard mode might actually be pretty thriving. No idea. No idea, Rappler. there's no reason to trade on hardcore trade right now, right? You can get everything so easily. SSF. That's why a lot of people don't do it. Ow. Any details on what makes hard mode hard? Just a lot of league mechanics or things just wouldn't be there. Balance would be worse. Like it would be hard to even get to maps, I think, and just more difficult in every way. Less currency drops, no blues or rares, or very few. Stuff like that. Just this weekend project. They haven't talked about it a lot. And I personally want to hear about it, but I think if I ask about hard mode on the podcast, then I will get crucified. So we'll leave that for another time, shall we? It'll be here when it gets here. I'm excited to hear more, but I think 98% are not. Cont in hard mode? Yeah, sounds really fun. Probably like 10 to 15% are probably pretty excited about hard mode. There's obviously a pretty big community that likes stuff like that too. Just look at how many people enjoy and play Gauntlet, right? So yeah, I'll be instantly playing hard mode soon as I can. Have balls, ask about it at the end. It's more the fact that I wanna do anything I can to try to make the community more and more happy. Because when the community is tilted and just raging all the time, that makes it very not fun to stream. There, now we're just gonna go here. Pandering. I mean, you can call it pandering if you want. I would call it trying to reduce any like therapist bills that I'm gonna need after this thing. I don't know. I heard all about that too, Tai, but I don't know if it's true.
Oi, over here.
The only problem with hard mode was Chris's timing and talking about it. Yeah, I know. But also, the PoE community is sort of like notorious for being upset at, like, I don't know how to phrase this, but for example, whenever there are long races, people are always bitching like, why are there no short races? And whenever there are short races, different people are bitching, why are there no long races? Right? Well, the truth is, like, obviously both of them exist. Both of them exist, just at different times. People are just very mad. I like the mad emote. I was just spamming the mad emote in Soda Pop and stream yesterday. Very upset. I didn't see my resub. I had a very, very nice resub in Soda Pop and stream, and I did not get noticed. Very upset. He usually never misses it. Very sad. I said that I was a marble, and I was sad because I was stuck in a crevice and I couldn't get back out of the crevice. And then I asked when he was going to join me and become a marble himself. And just loads of marble stuff. I just didn't see it. Spent like a minute on that reset message. Very upset. Oh, nice panicky. Then he was playing some Bigfoot game. Didn't look very fun. Is this a play with me? Yeah. Very lazy, low effort play with me. Just showing people how to level with Summoner. You can go over the gems and stuff I'm using now in case someone is wondering and is watching on the vid. Do, 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 do.
I'm ready and not before.
Alright, let's see. We'll do Relicash, then we'll look at what I'm using. Shifty, thank you for the... Let's see, hold on. I missed loads. Mr. Lemmer, thank you for the sub. Frostbite, thank you for the 22 months. Our Ghost, thank you for the 18. Shifty, with the 34 months. Thank you. Wheat Streams, thank you for the 7. And Finger Blaster, thank you for the 18 months. Hey, there's damage. Look at it. Boop. Alright. Let's go look at what I'm using. So right now, we did equip a Tabula. So we can get the 6th link. Obviously, we have way more damage than we need to. Mana would be nicer on a 5 link. 5th link would probably be... Like, I would probably drop either Minion Life or Conk. I mean, some people like dropping Conk because then your Infernal Legion is more AoE. But we have SRS, Infernal Legion, Unleash, Elemental Focus, Minion Life, and Conk Effect. I'm using Amalekite's Artifice with the Orb of Storms, and you want to make sure that that doesn't have fire damage on it. It can have cold, just no fire. Then we have +1, +1, so +2. That means that our SRS is level 18. You could also be using a Duration Tabula. We're using a Gold Rim, we're using Wanderlust, Random Life Gloves, Siege Breaker, which I also don't really need, but it has life on it, so it's not too bad. Probably will drop that in maps or something. I don't know, we'll see. And then just like a ring, no life. I could craft life on that. I'm not going to use it very long. I have better rings. I have a lot of life. Amulet with life as well. That's what we're currently doing. Clarity, Vitality. I'm not really bothering much with my auras right now. I can level these up now. We can level those up now. Wave, thank you for the 18 months. And Lemmer, thank you for the tier 2 sub. Thank you. And ascendancy-wise, we have Mindless Aggression and Unnatural Strength. I'm playing Popcorn SRS, and it's by far the strongest build I've ever played. It's the strongest build I had last league. It's definitely top 5 or so of the strongest builds I've ever played. Very strong build. Local, mate. And do you know I was British? Any plans for a Reaper build? I was leveling Reaper gems on my last build when I died. And yeah, I really want to play a Reaper build. A little bit worried about how to get defense on it, because you want to play Reaper with a bow. That's what most people are doing wrong. Well, there used to be a really, really good single target skill. I think Psy and Steel Mage are both experimenting with it more, but I definitely want to farm up more for it. What's the best build you've ever played? Probably realistically into Power Siphon. On SSF Hardcore. I think I still have all the gear too. Yeah, I do. Winter Orb, very high up. Val Molten Shell, very high up. Val Molten Shell was busted. Wellspring wasn't that strong. Wellspring was just like a mapper. Yeah, I've seen Necromancer. Do 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 do. Sprite to be good again, so you can justify the Spider MTX. Yeah, I know Spark's playable as an Aura Stacker. Not really Spark, but. Right, emulating the Empire 7-1, I couldn't manage to get enough defense. It's a very hard build. That is like, it's not necessarily worth the currency either. I mean, it kind of is. But like, it's a build that you really like. If 300x sounds like a lot to you, don't play Empire Siphon. That is a build I really, really min-max. It's such a delight. It's the only build I've done Hologram Masters on Hardcore. Normally, you would never do it on a strong build. You normally do a throwaway minor build, or you normally do a very specific build for Hologram Masters. No other build I've had has been able to do hologram masters. Currently missing 8x for having 1315. Yeah, I think I had 2.3k or so. 1.8. I don't know. I can't remember exactly. One day they'll rework so it's not miserable in most builds. Yeah. Wait, rework what? Oh, hologram masters? No. I don't think so. The reason that hologram masters is miserable is because people have put so much time into min-maxing their characters to make it miserable. So I don't think that'll ever get changed. Like, it's just supporters. Like, all the things you kill in hologram masters is people's characters. Raka offered me to, like, let me put a character in there. And, like, same, like, if I was going to put in there, like, I would be just borrowing, like, every mirror tiered item I could find and making the most obnoxious character. 100%. The far left layout. Hologram Masters is terrible because the players made it terrible. Yeah. Put your max size character in. Is there no max size character? There is no max size character in there. Maybe I should do the full demigod set. There is no full demigod character in there. That'd be hilarious. I could do that. Yeah, I might ask him if that's something he's... That'd be fun. I like that. Good idea. Would die to stiff breeze? Yeah, but it'd be very large. It would leave a big corpse.
Go with courage. Yes, I thank you. Till next
And you'll just,
time,
like, you'll know ahead of time that it's there. You'll just see the foot in the distance.
Go with
What I missed? What character? I can lose my portal and show you. I kind of don't want to do it and then play with me, but it won't take long. Here, people want me to put this character in Hologram Masters. Obviously with MTX or something. It's very large. You need to give it the other size stuff as well. It's max. It's max size at the moment. I have everything. And you can be bigger and hide out. Yeah. So, can you transfer that to another person's account? That'd be hilarious to put in. I don't have a small character. It's max size this button, can't get bigger than that. Hagen asked DDD. That'd be funny. Yeah, I mean, I would put that in. Wonder if it's better. Do I put in a Rippy character and borrow mirror tier gear? Because I actually can, right? Like, I think most people would lend me mirror tier items because it's not like I'm gonna run away with them. So I can make a literal perfect death machine. And I don't know. Should we make a perfect death machine or just a very big character that falls over? Can't do both. We don't have to. They're also, like, expensive and you can't get them anymore. It would be very unique. It is fun to have one of the death machines too, though, because people are very scared of them. What class you play? SRS Necro. I'm trying to think what would be the deadliest thing you can put in there. Do you know what would actually be really fucking scary? That there is none of in there? Would be max movement speed, minion instability, detonated. Because they would detonate for like 5 million damage. And you don't have a hope in hell of avoiding them if you have max movement speed. Oh. And I just realized there's none of those in there. I think that would be pretty cool. Because you can get like 8 out, right? And if you kill them on top of you, it's like dolls from D2. Stop giving them ideas. No, this is an idea for me. This is what I can do. That would be pretty cool. There is no SRS in Hologram Masters. I might theorycraft with a few other streamers and see if we can, like, what would be the most deadly. There might be something that will literally just insta-rip people on hardcore. That would be pretty cool, too. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's nice. Why would you want to make the map unplayable? Well, it's not a 100% chance that it spawns. And it would be fine on softcore. You're kind of like, you don't really go in there on hardcore anyway. Just be friendly instead. Cast on death? No, there is those characters in there. Fog pulse snap's not good enough. Yeah, the entire point of Hologram Masters is to kill people. And that would be nifty. That would be nifty. I think SRS is the most dangerous thing you can put in there. What's the max movement speed? I feel like they reworked max movement speed not too long ago. They can heal. It wasn't awarded, it was a supporter pack, I think. Wasn't it a supporter pack, Raka? Ow! Why am I taking so much damage? I went to get Merclab. I'm not blocked yet. Oh well, let me win. Yeah, supporter pack, Grandmaster. How much was that? No, there's no way to make a literal unkillable character. There are a few people that could make literally unkillable characters, but they're very conditional. Like, it's only literally unkillable while leeching. No, I don't think you can make a... No, a PvP you can't make... No, you don't take Glancing Blow in this. You get True Block, Max Block. I don't think you can make a literal immortal PvP character ever in PoE. There's always something you can do. Be it Scorching Ray, Pen. Like, there's no way to make a literal immortal character. There are some very tanky characters in there, but they're pretty easy to kill when you like, just work around it. I'm just gonna run to Act 8. But as you can see with those that are watching on YouTube, it's a very smooth character to level. Yeah, it still exists. It's on hardcore even. Hardcore SSF. As a person who disagrees with you on some aspects, why are there so many people that intentionally misrepresent you just to slander you? That's just kind of part of being known, I guess. That just always happens. Yeah, it's a play with me right now. That happens a lot with like everything. Other streamers, Chris, etc. Yeah, that's the price of being a public figure. People will hear what they want to hear a lot of the time. Whether that's to be happy or angry. That just happens all the time at the moment in many aspects of life. Yee! Oh, nice Raka. But I think you have to email, not me. I've had very few X drops this thing. I've had 1 or 2 natural X drops. I've seen plenty of people already say maybe the game would be better if Chris focused on the game instead of hard mode. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things people will be angry about without being informed. It's kind of annoying. I don't feel like I've seen a large amount of people misrepresenting me anywhere, though. I saw one thing on Reddit earlier. There was something about, oh, Zizaran fell for it, but I mean, I think I made it very clear in my video that this is things they like are working on and might not implement in this way. But yeah, I haven't seen much. I mean, you have people saying I die a lot and stuff, but that's part of my own fault because of my outro. Yeah, I have a Tabitha. Can use that now, actually. I don't need it, though. I'll just have this for better clearing for now because I don't have specters. I don't know. I haven't seen too much, at least. Yeah, my damage is insane. That's why I don't need Tabitha right now. Because that'll give me... It'll double my damage if I put on Tabitha. Obviously, we have way too much. Way too much damage. There, we're just gonna run quickly to BA. Well, actually, honestly, I would probably just level this in. I don't really like BA leveling anymore. Since our Jade and Granite got nerfed, I feel like Blood Aqueduct is literally terrifying. I'll find it after this. We're just gonna run to Blood Aqueduct and then we're gonna end. We'll show people. So I gotta go down to D2 as well. And I always try to make these as short as possible. And like generally on hardcore, what I would do is I would farm now in either Blood Aqueduct or you farm in Harbor Bridge and get to like level 70, 72 then, and then nothing in Act 9 or 10 is a problem. Like at all. $500, Highgate was more expensive at 1100, right? Yeah. Shit, now I'm curious what he means with like people misrepresenting me. I haven't really seen anything. Then again, I haven't been reading Reddit a lot either. Do 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 do. It just felt good till red maps. It should feel good for everything. I've done the feared on hardcore with this very easily. Very good feared killer. I want more life. Yeah, Raka. Feel that. Here. Let's run.
Don't go all day.
What are the chase items for this build? Helmet. It's all about the helmet. You can get like this is a helmet you can like use like 100x on to really perfect it, because you could get the essence of hysteria or horror mod, and if you get that with +3 conk, hypothermia, and all the other stuff like that is literally a mirror to your helmet. You would get like 15-20 million damage. Almost impossible to get though. I've had one and actually sold it for 13x because there was 2 leagues before Tabitha existed. But I've already had the perfect helmet for this build. But I felt so bad. No, I sold it for very little because nothing used it back then except the bear specters. I was like, no one's gonna play this. Can't harvest craft it. To essence craft it. Even if you had unnerfed harvest. There.
Just in time.
Okay, let's see if we can do Dodri. She's a very hard fight. we did it. This might be my bias, but many people have this false notion that you're a hardcore elitist when most things they see for you are very casual, friendly, and helpful. Yeah. But that's because... there's a good reason for that, though. That's because I enjoy the game for myself, my own play style, at a more hardcore elitist place, right? Like, I really, like, I'm excited about hard mode, for example, right? And a lot of people will then think that if that's the way I enjoy playing the game, I want everybody to play the game that way. But yeah, you're right. I mean, I generally, like 99% of my audience is like more casual players, and I generally try to look out for that a lot. In-game viable shit for software. Yeah, it's the one of the strongest builds I've played. One of the strongest builds I've played. Yeah, I'm about to play D2. If you don't think he's elitist, then you don't know him. But yeah, no, I mean, I would definitely not consider myself a hardcore elitist. Because I do try to look out for more casual players a lot. That's why I make so much content helping people. I used to be very elitist when I played Darkfall and EVE Online. Learned some good lessons on Darkfall. PC child died. Yeah, it starts in 1 hour. I'm gonna go download it now. Oh! Can't wait to get blocked, dude! Now, a really good tip here for the, like, crossroads or whatever you want to call it. Like, if we go to the left now, you get Tolman and Clarissa, and if you go to the right, you get the next zone. So normally what I would do is drop a portal here, and then I don't have to do any backtracking. I'm actually going to skip it, though, because I'm kind of low on time. We're just going to run the Blood Aqueduct. So you can start downloading, and then we can end the VOD, too. So I might just do a quick overview here and end the VOD. So we have a shorter one for YouTube. 3 hours, 40 minutes. Alright, so we'll end it here. Now the next steps would be to run to Blood Aqueduct and farm there. Blood Aqueduct is really better XP than... Harbor Bridge is better XP than Blood Aqueduct because you can clear all 3 sides with this build very easily. And Blood Aqueduct is really scary. But Blood Aqueduct, you do get the added benefit of farming Tabula. So, right now, just Garbage Amulet with life, and then +1/+1. Cold Rim, Wanderlust, Siegebreaker. And obviously, you've seen the damage. And all the damage, the reason it's so high is it's a level 19 gem already. So, very strong. We'll end the video here on YouTube. Hope you guys enjoy these like raw and edited long videos. Thanks so much for watching. If you watched all the way, thanks for watching. So if you liked the video, more importantly, try to die less than I do.